right, and we are live. How's everybody doing tonight?
See the chair right there, Todd.
I could barely see it. Oh yeah, okay. I see it
Maybe
now.
send us a link sometime too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a link.
Cool. Zombie Pops in the house. All Hail Odin in the house. Scarlet Maddie
In the house.
and Lunchbox Dan. What what is that? Is that 280s in the house? In the house. All right, fine.
Whoa, we're getting singing tonight.
Fine. I think we're good to go. I think everybody sounds good. I think our levels look good.
I did not agree to the Christmas musical this week that we're singing.
There will be Christmas involved at the end. I will promise you that. You guys don't know. You guys don't know what I'm going to ask you, but I do have some Christmas questions at the end of the night. All right. I think we're good to go here. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, here we go. 3, 2. Well, what's up, Guardian? Welcome to episode 335 of Guardian Downcast. I'm your host, Todd the Gator, and I'm a day one Guardian who loves gaming and especially the Destiny franchise. We're the podcast that's all about your stories, your community, and your destiny. For those of you who may have just discovered our podcast, we're a weekly gaming show with an emphasis on the Destiny franchise. We like to talk about other things as well, depending on if it's a roundtable episode or not. And tonight was supposed to be a roundtable episode, but because of the holidays and stuff, we had to move things around a little bit this month. But this is the last live show of 2025. I got you covered though. Next week we have a pre-recorded episode with my pal Warcry, and then the following week we'll have an episode pre-recorded with Jealous Gaming. So just let you know, we will be continuing our shows every week like we normally do. For you audio listeners out there, it'll be every Monday at 12:01 a.m. That's when I release it. I have my co-host from the great state of Utah, Mr. Kingsley Mack, back with us again. How's it going, Mike?
Hey, how's it going, man? And that's a lot of impressive stuff of shows you have coming up. Was that in my contract?
You weren't
I'm not
involved.
sure.
Don't worry.
Okay.
You got
Okay,
2 weeks
cool.
off. No.
So it's as stands. No, I am excited to hear that stuff. I was actually considering joining, but there was scheduling differences on my side.
That's all right. No big deal. Oh, we got to do a weather report. It was near 80 today in Florida. I'm looking at the map that Kingsley generously supplied here.
This is the current temps, not what the highs were today, but but today wasn't as warm. We've been in like the upper 50s. Today we were only about 50. Still though, that is not what it should be this time of year for Utah. If you look at that graph, you can see the purple and the yellow kind of comes down diagonally, and Utah is just covered in that before it gets super cold. So,
well, it is a cool, crisp 68 degrees right now in the Central Florida area.
well, they're brought to you by Guardian Downcast.
Yeah, exactly. Deadpool, what's it in Cali right now?
52 right now in the Bay Area.
52. So I'm in the warmest? Really? All right, I'll take it. Well, as you just heard there, we have a special guest on tonight. He usually comes on our roundtable episodes, but he's been playing a lot of Renegades too, and wanted to talk with him tonight. He is Mr. Deadpool 1 Merc. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on again. I think we were going to do a roundtable episode this week, and I just said, you know what? It's December is just a bust. There's just the holidays fell right on our live show nights, and it just really messed things up. So we'll have those starting next month in 2026. So we'll start those back up again. I know we'll get a lot of good feedback from those shows. But in today's show, we're going to first catch up, see what everybody's been doing, especially Deadpool 1 Merc, since it's been a while since we've seen him. Then we're going to talk some Destiny 2, starting with our day 1 Equilibrium dungeon run, which we did complete. Then we're going to talk the new Dawning event that we might have a few tips and tricks out there for getting that gear you're looking for. We'll also mention the new Marathon Vidoc that Bungie just dropped this week, 22-minute long Vidoc. I was a little jealous. I did do another topic of the week concerning the Destiny 2 game, kind of at the latter part of the show tonight, and I'm really curious to see Kingsley and Deadpool's take on it. And then we also have a speak pipe from a community member tonight. We'll play that and answer his question. Then finally, it is our Dawning show, so I'll ask some Christmas questions before we call it a night. So if everyone's ready, let's roll. Well, let me start with you, Deadpool. I know it's been God, man, I can't remember. It's probably been at least 6 months or so since you've been on last. What you been up to, man? How's Southern Cali right now doing?
California's doing good. Up in Northern California.
Oh, that's right.
So,
I'm thinking of
Bay Area.
Mr. Native Raider.
Oh yeah, he's down there in the
He's down.
desert.
He's down in the desert. Desert.
Yeah. I used to live not too far from him, so now I'm back in the Bay Area. But yeah, it hasn't been too bad. I've been playing a lot of Destiny, Pokemon ZA too as well.
Okay.
And then just been working my butt off. I still working with Geek Squad Seasonal.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not like there all the time. I'm a repair rep over there. And
Gotcha.
then my full-time job is at the school. I'm the facility supervisor, making sure the school is running and making sure the buildings are maintained and everything like that. So it's been cool. There's actually been one of the best years that we've had at the school, according to my new executive director. She got a promotion, so she's executive director now. She's not the chief operating officer anymore, and they're changing titles.
Okay.
So she's the new boss. She's cool. She's been there 10 years, and she's
Now-
like, this is the best year that she's had so far.
How do you define best year ever? What are the metrics are they going by there? Talking about student count or?
They're going based off of teachers and students, so everything so far has been good. We're almost fully staffed. So like we're one of the few schools that actually have a lot of teachers.
Okay.
I think we have like 3 extra teachers. We don't really need that many, but it doesn't hurt to have them because we have all these other courses that we can provide for the students since we're a college-based school.
Okay. Very cool, man. What else you been up to?
Chilling with the kiddos.
How old are your kids now? I can't remember.
My son is 3. He'll be 4 in March.
Ooh.
My daughter just turned 2 the week of
Ooh.
Thanksgiving.
Man.
And then my 17-year-old, he's getting ready to graduate, so he's been applying to colleges. And then my 10-year-old, he's been doing good. My 2 older ones are in Washington though.
Man, those are some fun ages for Christmas, man. It ought to be a lot of fun this year. Yeah, you got everything ready? You got all your shopping done and everything? You ready to go?
There's people that wait till the last minute, so everything's still slowly coming in. I just ordered everything 2 days ago.
Dude, I did my Christmas shopping in like 15 minutes. Everybody gives me their list. I go online. I'm like, done. I'm done.
What did you
Yeah,
tell
it's
Amazon
simple.
AI? Look at my list. And get the presents?
No, I didn't use AI. But I knew what everybody wanted. So I just like, boom, 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 cart, click, done. I'm done. I had to go a few other stores this year, not just Amazon. So
I'm going to get the Switch 2 because
oh,
me being myself, I replaced the battery on my Switch, and the connection for the left Joy-Con charging port is too close to the battery port. So you got to be careful when you pull it out. And when I pulled it out, I pulled that. So now it doesn't charge. So, but the battery works. Got a new battery in a broken Switch. So that part's hard to fix. So I just figured I'm probably gonna get a new Switch soon.
Okay. Well, Mr. Kingsley Mac. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. You had something else. Go ahead.
And I've been watching some shows too, so I'm waiting for.
Oh, let's hear it.
So, Stranger Things. The first 4 episodes were amazing.
I watched the
I'm not
first
gonna
one.
spoil it for
I watched
anyone.
the first one. I've still got the 3 others to watch before
Okay,
Christmas.
and the rest of them come out on the 25th.
Yeah, and then there's the very last one. I think is on New Year's Eve, right? I think that's the way they spiced
I
it.
think so.
Yeah.
And then I started watching. So I've been watching The Landman. I took a break from it because I didn't want to rush through season 1, but season 2 just came out.
Yeah.
So Landman's actually pretty good. And then I've been catching up on 911 again because they finally came back out with some episodes. So
My seat keeps sinking.
yeah,
It's driving me nuts, man. I should have put on my Christmas list. I need a new. I'm just gonna get a new. I'll just get a new chair the first of the year. Landman, I love Landman. That's a great show. I mean, I just like everything Taylor Sheridan writes. Everything he writes has really good story. He's a good storyteller, so like his stuff. Kingsley Mac, what have you been up to this week? What have you been watching and playing other than Destiny?
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. I'll tell you though, and also for Deadpool. But yeah, I've almost bought a Switch 2 like 3 times now. Every time I'm in Costco, I'm walking by there. I'm like, oh, I don't need it. I'm okay. Really, the only new game so far is Mario Kart, and I'm okay. But if there's a new Mario game that comes out soon, I'd probably be buying that because that's my weakness. But
me too, man. Technology.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. A lot of the stuff that I did this week too, we'll be talking about later in the show. But believe it or not, I have a Crucible experience, quote unquote.
Oh
I'll be fair to you, Todd, because I know you don't consider it Crucible.
Okay, I know where you're going.
But yeah, we had fun. We were doing a raid on Wednesday, and the dawning just started. We're like, we should go into the thing because a lot of us kind of like the activity. Believe it or not, some people actually like this. So it's probably my favorite version too, way better than Scorched, and had a lot of fun going in. And here's the thing too with Crucible, I can do okay if I really, really focus. It usually bores me. But it was nice. I focused. I kind of got top chart a couple of rounds, and then I was like, okay, I'm tired, and then I just slowed down.
Yeah.
But I was like just having fun running around, like super focusing more than I even do like when I'm in a raid or something, because I'm kind of used to those things. So I can slack a little, But it was fun. I had fun in it, and we were kind of taking an informal poll before too, and I'm like, yeah, I'd give this like an 8 or a 9. One other person gave it an 8, but it sounds like you would give it a 0, a 2. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of the snowball fight. I'm not a fan.
Bah humbug. Where's your cringe?
Where's that bah humbug emote I need right now? That GIF I'm always putting in the.
Todd hates Christmas. Everyone, you heard that.
I'd say the good thing about it is that they brought something new to Crucible. So everybody's been asking for something new.
Yeah,
something new right there.
Well, I mean, it is fun because people used to just slow you down and just troll you at the tower, but now you can kill people and get a point for it. So you know what? It's not fair because the hunters have full mobility right now. It's they get full 10 mobility, so they're like jumping so high. And here I am with my floofy warlock. I'm thinking I'm outsmarting everybody by floating in the air. I got hunters going higher than me. I'm like, what the hell is this? And they just throw a snowball on your head and you're like, you're done.
You never want to be a floofy warlock in Crucible. Even I admit that. But
no, I would blink normally, but I had to do it to get through the Aunt Eva told me to go throw snowballs. So I went and threw snowballs. I'm like, I had my hands crossed. I was like, when's this over? Is it over yet?
Usual bit.
I'm like, yeah, you hit me again. Great. Nice. But I mean, it's like you almost have an automatic thrower, you just hold your button down and I'll just throws like this the whole time. I'm like, okay.
No, you have to still lock on.
You do. You can't just
you can't focus at all.
It's just like Scorched. Anybody who gets up the highest and shoots down for splash damage usually wins. So that's pretty much the name of the game. But I'm glad you guys.
I was getting direct. I wasn't doing splash.
Oh, you were going directly into people's faces. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm
a couple times.
I'm happy you guys had fun. I just did it because I had to get through to get the mission done. So
I'll tell you though,
we'll get into that.
Matchmaking though was a bad experience, and it probably made sense because even we were all admitting like this probably isn't the most popular thing of the dawning. So that was one knock against it, and we did it like really late at night, and we were a 5-stack. Yeah. Well, we did the same team for like 3 matches. And we even waited a long time in between and had very long timers for getting the matchmaking. Aren't they supposed to eventually pair you up with solos and duos, or do they never wanted to with us?
I don't know, man. I can't keep track of how they do matchmaking now. And it's been so long since I've played proper Crucible. I mean, they only had Iron Banner one time the whole last season, the whole 6 months. They had Iron Banner one time and I loved it. I loved Iron Banner. That gear was fantastic, but now you can't get any more unless they're going to bring it along with the next Iron Banner. But I mean, I have no problem. I love those game types when it's just a bunch of friends trash talking each other and having fun. That's different.
Which it was.
When you when you go into matchmaking, it's like, all right, just chill Coolio, and you can throw a snowball. We got it. Okay. You can jump higher than me. No problem. I'm like, anyway.
Moral of the story, I might even switch to Hunter, but but no, it was okay. Okay, we'll get off that topic so your blood pressure can come down.
I'm drinking hibiscus tea right now, just so keep my blood pressure down.
And then TV, there's probably not too much more to say, but we can discuss if you want, without spoilers, the latest episode of Pluribus, of course.
I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I watched the first episode of Fallout, and it was pretty good. There's a new character now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a new character,
Well,
Justin
I'll pass
Theroux.
it over to you then. I mean, other stuff I'll be talking about will be later.
I
anyways.
I have 2 movie reviews, so it's apropos I do this. Oh, wait a minute. Got it on the wrong. Yeah, Todd. I had everything set up. And I got it on the wrong output. Jeez Louise, man. Hold on. We'll do it right. We're going to do it proper. We're going to do it properly. There we go.
I didn't even know Fallout Season 2 was out yet.
All right, here we go. Movie review. I do have 2 movies to review tonight. One I saw on Netflix. The other I saw at the theater just last night. The first one I did see on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen the Knives Out movies. You know, it's I think it's the guy who made one of the Star Wars not trilogies, but one of the Star Wars.
I haven't seen them all.
Ryan Johnson. He's made some. I'm trying to remember. I think he made one of the latest Star Wars, series on one of the streaming, and he did a good job with it. Might have been Mandalorian when he did, but anyway, he does these Knives Out movies. There's been, I think, 4 of them now at the theater, and this was actually the first one that Netflix actually bought and exclusively released it this week, and it's called Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. Man, talk about action packed. I mean, talk about a pack. I mean, the cast is just loaded. You got Daniel Craig, he plays the main. Benoit Blanc, who is he's like this, not a detective, but he looks, I don't know. He's like a famous murder. He's like a famous murder investigator that always solves all these weird mysteries. So he, of course, is the main character. But I mean, look, you got Andrew Scott, Jeremy Renner, Thomas Hayden Church, Mila Kunis, Glenn Close, Kerry Washington, and Josh Brolin. The movie is actually about a young priest who's played by Josh O'Connor. He's assigned to a small church of this madman priest who's played beautifully by Josh Brolin. And he has these diehard followers of this little church. And this is, of course, a Catholic church. And this crazy priest is murdered and the mystery begins. I mean, it's another one of Ryan Johnson's fantastic murder mysteries. And all I have to say is it was pretty entertaining, and the ending was not what I expected, which he always stumps me every time. But it was very entertaining. I give it right in par with most of his movies. I give this one 3.5 stars. A solid, good movie, and it's worth a watch over the holidays, especially if you have Netflix. So check that one out. I think it had 92% Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb has it at 7.5 out of 10. So it's worth a watch. Now, the other movie I saw at the theater.
Interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, man, go.
He did your favorite movie, Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yes, that's what I thought. Okay. I knew I liked that guy. Yes, thank you for looking that up for me. This second movie, though, I got to be honest. My wife drugged me to this movie, and I was kicking and screaming. I wasn't kicking and screaming, but I was like, "All right." It doesn't look it doesn't look exciting, but I didn't expect much from this. We at the last minute last night, we decided to because there's a holiday rush of movies coming out next week. We decided to see a movie called Hamnet. And it had very little promotion. It's probably a film you've never heard of, and it's a story set in the 1600s, and it portrays the beginning life of William Shakespeare. And no, the movie was not in the confusing proper English, but a common language. It was kind of a modern portrayal of his life. It stars Paul Mescal as William Shakespeare and Louisa Harland as his wife, Rowan, and she did a fantastic job. But the movie shows how Shakespeare met his wife. She was much older than him, by the way. My wife did the research on it. We always look up movie facts about stories, especially if they're true stories. And his subsequent children they had together. And also, this is before he became the famous playwright. Both of them were really good in this movie. And the story showed the tough life of 1600s England, especially with the plague. I don't want to spoil too much of it here, but the ending of the film, I swear to God, it gutted me. it was such a beautiful way to end a movie. And like I said, I don't want to give anything away, but I was deeply moved by this movie. I mean, I was a sniveling mess at the end of this movie. I had to compose myself before I could walk out because I was like drying my face. It's kind of a sad movie. It shows how tough the life was back then, but it shows how perfectly Shakespeare loved his wife. And it was really a love story in the end. And I got to tell you, man, this is a very rare score I give films. I gave this one 4.5 stars. It's just a fantastic movie. This might hit one of my top 10 films of 2025. Rotten Tomatoes has it as certified fresh 86%. IMDb 8.1 out of 10. Keep in mind, it's a drama. There's no action in this film. It's kind of slowly plods along, and then it just smacks you in the face at the very end. I dare you to see this film and not be a blubbering mess at the end. I don't know if a movie shook me up this bad in a long time. So if you do get the chance to see it, it probably won't be out to the theaters much longer. But if you get a chance to see this and you see Hamnet, not Hamlet, Hamnet, it's really good. It's really, really good. So, and what's funny is our UK meetup for GDC this year was in Stratford upon Avon, which is the home birthplace of William Shakespeare. We actually looked at all the shops in Stratford, and all of a sudden you see this nasty looking building and you're like, what the heck? That's his home from the 1600s. I mean, it doesn't even look like it fits there, but they've slowly restored this house of his that he grew up in. But anyway, and then of course I wanted to mention I did see the first episode of Fallout on Prime Video, and I don't care what you say. I refuse to pay more money to Amazon to eliminate these stupid ads they have on this streaming service. I don't care if it's $2.99 more a month. I won't pay it out of principle. It's ridiculous. They raised the price of Prime, the Prime membership, like by like $30 a year. And now we're dealing with ads on Prime Video. All right. I'll get off my pulpit, but it's just ridiculous that you're paying for a streaming service and you still have to watch freaking ads. And there were mid-rolls, a couple mid-rolls throughout Fallout. It was only a 43-minute show. So other than that, which kind of ruined kind of the mood, but other than that, that's it for me as far as this week. I want to get into our day one dungeon run, Kingsley, because man, that was a lot of fun. Last Saturday, instead of doing our normal raid run, we decided to split our raid group up into two, and half of us played in one group and half of us played in another group, and we both, ironically, we both got the run done on day one on Saturday. So, did you want to mention your experience with it? I'm going to raise my chair back up.
We just didn't know how to team up with different groups, and of course I wanted to run with Sin just because we're buddies.
You're friends, sure.
I mean, and I've run lots with you lately, and I'm like, I'm just gonna and I wanted to take Ronan, but I didn't want to be selfish because Ronan's Dungeon Master, so I'm like,
Ronan's good. Just
rolled the dice. I love running with Kate, asked her, and then me, Sin, and Kate were a group. We were Team Midnight because there's the joke that Sin loves Taylor Swift and he always sings Midnight. When Todd calls out midnight instead of top center,
it's midnight. Raid. It's midnight and 6:00. That's how I'm going to call it.
All good. But anyways, and then you guys were, what was your team name?
I don't even know.
Todds
I think it was the two Todds. Yeah, the two Todds because Zombie Pops is Todd.
Red Todds because Ronan Red Lion.
Yeah, Red Todds. There we go. That was it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is we would jump in and we'd be in two separate voice chats and we'd jump in each other's chat and go, how far are you? And we were we lagged a little bit behind you, but we weren't that far behind. And then I think you guys, once you finished it, you joined my live stream and watched us finish it up. Yeah. But it was really fun.
Yeah. So we had, we weren't super being all sweaty about it, but we did have a little gentleman wager on who would win. And luckily I did. I wasn't even expecting that again because, me and Sin aren't as much of dungeoners, but I think Kate actually chirped us a lot.
Nice. She's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Amazing. But we had a lot of fun, and this dungeon is fun. And I just want to give couple impressions, and we do need to talk about the loot. And
Yeah.
people that know me are like, "What? Kingsley's talking about loot?"
Yeah, there's some good loot.
Yes, yeah. Now this dungeon is one of the best dungeons. I can say this confidently, even though it's still new, but it's one of the best dungeons ever that they've made. Atmospherically, again, Venus has been beautiful. All the parts that they've redone for Destiny 2, way better than any other bringing back of any other thing, in my opinion. What they've done with Venus is just earth-shattering. The dungeon is a lot of fun. Without spoiling anything, we're just in a ship a lot. Where it has also the Star Wars inspiration, but I think they did better here than even the campaign, where the campaign was a little bordering on cheesy at times of one-to-one similarities. I think this was truly inspired, right? But not like too much Star Wars, ultimately.
What was the boss called? I mean, yeah. What was the boss called again?
Dredgen Seer.
Dredgen Seer, that's right. Seer.
And while he's doing tickle fingers, I can say honestly, this is more Destiny inspired, because we've already had that. Warlocks have that as a super, and it was just convenient that it kind of matches up with Star Wars, right? As far as having tickle fingers.
Well, yeah, Palpatine also had tickle fingers.
Yeah,
it's kind of a Palpatine effect.
Of a coincidence there, but a good kind of like, throwback to Star Wars also. Yeah. Anyways, dungeon's super fun. I would call the dungeon like the Arc dungeon too, because again, that's kind of like the whole bosses thing at the end and stuff. A lot of people are wanting to run this because you can also get the dark taken crystal for your blade. It's a very popular sought after item. I got really lucky and got it on the first drop. Sorry people.
It's all right. Zombie did on our team.
Zombie did too, but I would have been fine if I got it on drop 30, because I really am that type of person with RNG. But I'm glad I got it. It looks nice.
Yeah, it does look good, and yeah, I mean, each person on each of our teams got one, so that's good odds.
Yeah, but also you can farm. You don't have to wait once per week per character. You know what I mean? Like they told us right before the dungeon came out that you can farm this stuff. So people have been running it over and over, even on their same character. And then I know even a couple other people that have gotten the dark crystal since.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Deadpool. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I'm trying to get it. Like I tried soloing the dungeon, and it's intense soloing it. So I'll say the second boss glitched out on me a few times.
Okay.
That was the only issue I had. So when you're trying to do the mechanics for the boss, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but the boss just like froze and was stationary in the center of the room, and I couldn't get him to go anywhere. I was like, what the heck? And I left and went back into it, and it happened again. And I left and went back, and it happened again. Happened about like 3 or 4 times. But other than that, I've been doing it with I did a run with my clan. We have to do the last boss. We ran out of time. But we're gonna try to finish it tonight after the show.
Okay.
I'm trying to get that dark saber.
Yeah, man.
I want
it. It's nice.
As much as I wanted they surprised me with the Mandalorian sets too. I remember mentioning in the last episode.
I'm getting that set.
I was like, I hope they have the Mandalorian sets, and next thing you notice,
the Titans get it. Sets. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that set. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm hoping I got enough. I got all 3 of them. I think you have to use silver, right? Can you use Bright Dust to buy them? I think you have to use silver.
You gotta use silver.
Yeah. I got a little silver hanging around. I might go ahead and. What's the hunter, by the way? What's the hunter?
Hunter is Boba Fett.
Oh, dude, I definitely have to get that.
And then the warlock is Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan's actually the Mandalorian leader.
I didn't get that one only because I know a female plays that character in the real Mandalorian. So Bo-Katan's played by a female. And I was like, no. She's a female. What's that?
She's a female even in the stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I'm very much. I like to be realistic when I'm putting my sets together. Sorry, Kingsley, you were saying. Kingsley ran off the edge of the cliff.
Realistic? I mean, we both know neither of us are the correct build and weight and muscle mass for a Guardian.
I don't know. I'm not. I am built like a football player, but probably not that big.
Yes. So the loot in the dungeon is good, by the way, and so that's why I'm talking about it tonight. The armor, it's really cool. Sage protector robes, so you can look, especially on the warlock. It looks like this. You can look like you're Obi-Wan or Rey or something like that.
Yeah, it's Jedi-esque. I would say.
Jedi-esque, but kind of not ceremonial. More like the just kind of the tan colored ones. I don't know if there's different. I'm not that much of a Star Wars nerd. If there's actually different,
I'll definitely be getting the
sets for
hunter
the
set.
robes.
I'll be getting the hunter set and the Titan set, but I don't know about the warlock. I'll talk later about my set, but go ahead.
Well, and the set piece bonuses are actually pretty good too. For the 2-piece combat meditation, sword hits return grenade and class energy. Bonus energy is granted if blade focus is active. And like most of these sets, you can do. A lot of people are doing 2s and then 2s from another, but the 4 is pretty good here too. It's called blade focus. Briefly guard with a sword to ready blade focus. While blade focus is readied, hitting a target with your sword increases sword damage and lunge distance for a moderate duration. It sounds good.
It's not bad.
I don't know if I care.
It's not bad though.
Having the 4-piece, but
I just love having all
the 2.
I just love having all the sets. I'm a big collector of armor. I like having all the set bonuses, and I make sure that I keep at least 2 pieces of each, so I can always have that first perk. If it's a really good one, then I'll make sure I have a full set. But yeah, now that I have space in my vault, so yeah.
Yep. And then the weapons too.
Yes.
Believe it or not, there's lots of good stuff. I mean, funny enough, people want the Dark Crystal more than the exotic. I guess the exotic heirloom combat bow is just is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Can't 100% certify that, but that's what I'm hearing. But all these legendaries are pretty darn amazing. And I am going to talk about 2 of them, and then anything you guys want to add. But I'll just go down the list first. We got Bitter End and Arc machine gun.
I got one too.
We got Conspiracy Honed, which is a stasis sniper. We got High Tyrant, which is a void pulse rifle.
That's the one I want. Zombie got it.
We
I
got
didn't.
Sullen Claw with a void, which is a void sword. We got Voltaic Shade, which is an arc scout rifle, and we got Zealous Ideal, which is a solar auto rifle. Now, first, just talking about how all these look, the scopes are so clean and amazing, and much of them are fast firing. And I'm having this internal struggle in my brain, because I'm like, why do I like these so much? And they don't actually look as much like a Destiny weapon. They look more like a tactical weapon,
But they're
something
spacey
from
weapons.
Division,
Yeah.
They're still spacey, but just the scope and the way they're firing, I'm like, maybe I do actually like the more tactical.
I like the blasters.
Weapons. But anyways, and they're heat focused, which, okay, I just have to talk about this. A lot of people really, really want this one.
I've never heard Kingsley nerd out. I've never heard him nerd out about weapons before.
Have you heard about Machine Gun, our Lord and Savior, the Bitter End?
It is a beautiful weapon. I've been using it. I haven't taken it off. It's a beautiful weapon.
Yeah, it's beautiful and it's fun. And I just wanted to kind of read a couple options here. Okay, so eddy current is generally not a bad choice. It maxes out your vent speed. And also I got a masterwork vent speed, and then there's one other perk I got. I was reloading this faster than any machine gun in the game, because if you max out the vent speed, it's not that long to reload. And so it pairs well with jolting feedback. Trickle charge and rolling storm is another fun combo. Great weapon overall. And then the other guy says, with enhanced trickle charge, you can fire every single shot of your reserves nonstop without venting from a Storm's Keep barricade. So if you're on Titan, you got sweet business.
That's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I had on mine. I have cooling baubles, which collecting an elemental pickup, Orb of Power, which I'm dropping tons of those, reduces slightly more heat, and then I've got that combined with Rolling Storm. Like I said, Final Blows grant bolt charge, and I'm amplified all the time because of my prismatic build I already have with my Warlock. So yeah, that's a good pairing. It's a good pairing. And I do have delicate tuning too I could put with it, and mine comes with Killing Tally. So I mean, I have 4 really good rolls. So
yeah, and then real quick, I just also wanted to mention Voltaic Shade again. Like the arc weapons are off the chart in this dungeon, and this is an arc scout rifle that is very, very nice. Check this out. They should have called, this is a review, they should have called it Joltaic Shade, It comes with jolting feedback in the third column, which is already crazy. And then jolting feedback plus volt shot is insane.
Oh my God.
And then he kind of jokes around. He's like, but if that jolts you too much, you could opt for jolting feedback and Magnoria, which is a more functional combo. But
I want that. I want that weapon.
Oh my gosh, I want it with the jolting feedback and volt shot. And it's really good, I feel like, even just kind of on its base. So
not bad. I mean, I got tier 4 weapons. I'm getting tier 5 with everything else pretty much, but I got tier 4 in the dungeon because I guess that's when you can go buy that thing, right? Where it'll raise all your drops to up 1 tier. Does that count for dungeon too?
I've got a fair amount of tier 5 drops though.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't get any tier 5 from the dungeon? I know
my bitter end was tier 4. Let me think. What else did I get? I got the no, I didn't get
I'd say maybe not more than a third, but a fair amount of my drops I feel like were tier 5s.
I did not get, I got all armor, and the only weapon I got was the bitter end, I think. I don't remember getting anything else. I got a lot of armor.
Man, you got to run the dungeon some more. It's so good.
I do.
And the weapons are good, and everyone's excited about running it right now.
Yeah, that's great. You know, and didn't you think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's 3 encounters, correct? Or is it 4? Is there 3 or 3? The first 2 encounters I thought were pretty easy to figure out. I think we took about 2.5 hours to figure out the whole dungeon day 1. And you guys are probably a little bit under that. I think you guys figured it out a little bit sooner, like maybe 2 hours. So, I mean, the first 2 encounters were really not that hard at all. I mean, easy to figure out. Ronan, of course, was leading the way, so he was able to, we were problem solving together. We're like, okay, so that didn't work, so let's try this and see what happens. And eventually we'd figure it out, but the last one is the one that kind of hung us up a little bit. And once you get those tickle fingers on you, man, it's like, okay, be ready to pick me up because I'm not going to survive this. And I didn't know that there's a way you can stop them.
Yeah, I know. And tip, pretty much everyone does.
Yeah,
or
just tell them.
Now, so I don't want to call this a spoiler, but like we were going kind of as a semi-race, and neither team figured out ahead of time that you can shoot his hands to stop the tickle fingers on you. And
didn't even think about that.
Do that so you're not dying. Yeah,
I didn't even think about doing that. What I tried doing is I figured if I have them shock something around the map that would activate something is what I was trying to do with him.
We tried so many things.
Yeah.
Nothing worked. Yeah.
It's like once he got a hold of you, it's like he laughed and you were dead. Great boss.
I'm sure to let my team know when we go through it because we're at the last boss right now.
Sorry about the spoiler.
No, I think it's a good tip because everyone's kind of frustrated with that part of it. So, yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I did ad control. I made sure I killed all the stuff in the middle while zombie pops, and Ronan would go and kill all the I don't want to give away the mechanic, I guess, in case people are still trying to figure it out. But there's a mechanic where you have to eliminate these orbs in the middle of this that are inset on this concrete pillar in the middle, and you have a light and dark side. So there's 2 different ways to kill it to do it. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. But the final boss was just insane. I mean, it lived up to the hype.
And by the way, too, and I'll talk more about builds later, but I noticed this in the raid, depending on the boss, if you can get close range and if it's a long enough DPS phase, well, guess what? Go figure. It makes sense that Bungie buffed this, but Tickle Fingers on the Warlock, especially if you have Storm Dancer's Brace, is pretty much the top DPS in the game.
Okay.
So
it
is insane. Yeah.
Scarlet Matty had a question here. He goes, first time ever human boss in Destiny. But my question is, where is the Dredgen's ghost?
You get right on that and let us know your theory. We're not as good with lore, but
we have a lore question tonight, by the way. Just let you know. No, I have no clue. I haven't read any lore on this new Dredgen. So
yeah, I have no idea either. It's just like the same thing with Drifter. We didn't know Drifter had his ghost still around because his ghost is now showing up.
Just now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So
like, never heard anything from his ghost.
I mean, maybe they just don't really. Yeah, they don't really obviously associate with their ghost much.
Or maybe they just keep it hidden. Maybe they're it's a Dredgen. You're probably wanted a lot. You don't want your ghost being shot.
They're smarter than my favorite character, which is Cade.
Yeah.
Not having your ghost out, but no, Dredgen. Drifter's also my favorite.
Come on, Cade. You're surrounded by mercenaries and you pull your ghost out.
the weapon I got was the Zealous Ideal. I love it.
Mhm.
It is
Yeah.
amazing. I got on mine. I got it pulled up right here. I got Chambered Compensator, which gives me it's 100%. It's 100 for recoil, and then I got the light heat sink, and then I got cooling bubbles. And then I got Onslaught.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's nice.
It's like it's amazing.
I love auto rifles, man. So there's two auto rifles. There's a solar and a void auto rifle in the dungeon.
No. Void is the pulse. The
Void
solar
is
is
the
the auto
pulse.
rifle.
Yeah.
Oh, pulse. Okay.
And the auto rifle, if you put the super dark shader on it, super black,
yeah,
it makes it look like the stormtroopers.
Oh, nice.
It does actually. Yeah.
I like it. Hell yeah.
The auto rifle's really good too. Probably all the weapons are pretty good. I just didn't have time to talk about them
let me
all,
get this right. They're all energy weapons, even the scout rifle. You said it was arc, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
Scouts,
that's a first. There's no kinetic weapon, huh? Okay. All right. I can't think of it.
Yeah. Let me see the chart here.
Is there any kinetics?
I mean, no. Arc, stasis, void, arc, solar.
They're all elements.
Yeah, Scarlet. In-game reason for we got to run it back. I totally get it, man.
Now remember, we can have a mix of primaries and specials. I mean, the pulse, of course, is a primary. It's void, and then the scout's a primary, and the auto's a primary. But then you got the sniper and
the sniper. That's right.
machine gun. Well, the sniper basically, is a special.
Okay. Nice.
Stasis.
I love it, man. I love it. All elemental. I love it. That's cool. No, I had a great time. I honestly was surprised we got it done. Wasn't expecting to finish the dungeon. Usually day one stuff, we're just exploring. But Ronan was right on it, and Zombie was on it too. And once they figured out how the mechanic worked, especially at the end there,
they pulled you along.
Yeah, we got it done. I mean, I was right there. I understood what they needed to do. I understood the mechanics, and I was actually, we were all three working together to figure out the mechanics.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't just sitting in a corner shooting stuff, but my goal was I needed to keep because the enemies just keep coming in the middle, and I needed to keep the pressure off of them. So while they figured out, and like I said, I don't want to give it away in case people are still trying to figure it out, but while they were trying to figure out the mechanic, they were trying to do the mechanic, I would take all the pressure off of them from the middle. So, and there were some middle enemies that I had to kill in order for their mechanic to work on the light side. So, but yeah.
One last thing, real quick. Again, the dungeon's amazing. It's probably going to be good news, but also sad news, but probably true news too. That really the raid in the dungeon from this whole Destiny year is the top content of, at least in a lot of people's opinions, of the thing. And what that probably means is we're probably not getting anything super amazing coming until at least the next DLC. That's not, I mean, whatever. We kind of already know that. But
Alchemist, I think it's called in summer.
Yeah. I'm not saying we're not going to get something good, but I mean, just there's no way it could probably beat the dungeon is what I'm saying. But.
Yeah, I got you. Well, before we moved on to the TWAB, I wanted to talk about the Dawning event, because yes, it is the same Dawning event that we've always played, but there are two new cookies you need to make. One is for the NPC Ion on Kepler, and another one is for a good old dog companion that's near the tower, near Ada 1. Those are the two new cookies you need to make. And all I'll tell you is, if you haven't done it yet, you'll need to talk to Ada. Once you talk to Ada, she is going to make you go play Snowball Fight. Just do it. Just wait for the game to end and then go back and talk to her. And then, first, of course, you have to make a cookie for Zavala, give it to him, and then go Snowball Fight. And then when you come back, she basically puts you on track to build those two cookies, make those two cookies that we don't know about yet. Once you do that, then you get a really nice, hefty reward for that. You get a lot of Dawning Essence, which is the main currency in order to make cookies. It's like the common currency, and then you have to mix these other stuff with it. But once the materials that I had a hard time getting one of the materials, and I think it was called the Dark Ether. It basically scoring enemies. And I was trying to play solo ops to get this, to find some scoring, and I couldn't find any scoring in the solo ops. So just a little tip here.
Hey.
What?
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna
like Dum. I know where to tell you to go, but now I want to hear
Yeah.
what you're
I
gonna
wanted to tell
say.
you. I want to hear what you guys say, but I know
well, just
spot.
go to, well, I go to my fallback. I go to my fallback place on the Dreaming City, and that's it's the Dreaming,
Perfect.
the Bay of Drowned
Yep.
Wishes. That's where I go for all of my stuff. It's on the Devilian Mist. It's at the very beginning. It's right there behind you as you spawn in. And man, I got stuff to drop. It's, you know what's really good is if you're wanting to farm like all the materials and of course Essence of Dawning, which is the main material, just run the solo ops. You're getting I got 15 to 24 of them per run. So you can really, I love the fact that I can really farm the Dawning Essence right now. And another tip I want to give you guys too, for those of you who have been around a long time, remember to equip your Starfarer 7M ship, because it has a mod on it that no other ship has called Spirit of the Season, and it grants you a chance to generate Dawning Spirit, which is what you'd use to unlock all the snowball perks and to unlock all that, and it'll help you towards your title too if you want to get Starbaker. But make sure you have that ship on, because every time you get an ingredient that falls whenever you're shooting enemies, you have a chance to get some more of the like that Dawning Spirit, which is that third material you need to unlock all your stuff with Aunt Eva. But
No,
go
not
ahead.
only that, if you do the dungeon, every run in the dungeon, you get a lot of the essence. So
It's good to know.
Like I think I got 60 to 80 of
Okay.
the essence just by doing the first encounter.
First encounter,
And,
nice.
You could spam the first encounter because it's easy in dungeon.
Yeah.
You get a lot of the essence.
Dark Ether Cane, that was the name. That's where you got to kill Scorn enemies. That was the one, because you need that for the little what's the little dog's name? I can't remember. In order to get the doggy, the cookie for the dog.
His name's Archie.
Archie, yes. If you want to get the cookie for Archie, you got to have a Dark Ether Cane. And I tell you what, I just played a couple rounds of Bay of Drowned Wishes, and I had all I needed. And I just baked a bunch of cookies for Archie and just cashed in all the stuff you get from it. I tell you, I love Dawning, because you can farm all kinds of stuff, whether it's high end regular materials and the weapons aren't bad. But I tell you what, I am loving the new Dawning armor. I have my Warlock decked out solid black with a super black shader, and I've got that wolf head, and the eyes are glowing out of it. It just looks badass. And I've got one of the, I'm using my prismatic build with my buddies. I'm using my buddy build, which I'm just loving that right now. It's still so strong. But if I'm using the Getaway Artist, but I'm using, because you can use all the different kinds of ornaments now. There's a one called Beast Whisperer, which is one of the ornaments for Claws of Ahamkara. And it has claws and little veins coming out of it. It blends in perfectly with the Dawning gear. So I'll be streaming the dungeon this weekend. I'll have it on.
The wolf head too.
It looks so good.
I mean, those are really the only two I get so bored with Dawning, but the Crucible thing and the Eververse set are like standouts for me.
The snowballs. Okay. All right. You're so easy to entertain. I love it. Snowball fight. I'm like, oh, this is boring. All right, whatever.
No, I'm not going to want to do that more than probably 6 times total. Yeah, I know. But for a Crucible,
we're goofing off. It's fun for goofing off. But yeah, the ornament sets are just fantastic for the Dawning event this year. I've already got the linear fusion rifle. I've already got a good roll from last year's. But they do have the what are the other 2 weapons they have? I'm sure I've gotten them. There's a grenade launcher, I believe, a wave frame grenade launcher you can get. I've already gotten plenty of those, and it's called the Permafrost, and I've got one with it's actually a pretty neat roll. It has a Rhyme Stealer enhanced and Crystalline Corpse Bloom, which rapid final blows with a spawn. Rapid final blows spawn a larger stasis crystal near the victim's location. So if you have a crystal build where you're destroying crystals and you're getting all kinds of frost armor, I've got that build on my Titan. Man, that's a great weapon to have for it. And it's wave frame, so you're going to kill many enemies every time you shoot the dang thing. So that's a great roll. So the Permafrost, I don't know what the last one is. There's one more weapon. I can't remember what it is though.
Sidearm. There's a sidearm.
Sidearm, that's it.
Fimbulwinter Stitch.
Yes, I've got one.
3 times fast.
I do have one. I'm just trying to remember where I put it. There it is. Yeah, the Fimbulwinter Stitch. I have one with it's not a bad roll. It's a tier 5. It's arc. I've got one with Rolling Storm and Supercharged Magazine. When amplified, ammo is gradually transferred from reserves to the magazine. And while in Speed Booster, which I am always in Speed Booster, ammo regenerates faster and overflows the magazines. And it improves the magazine size. So that's a no-brainer. In Crucible, I'll be definitely running with that. So, but yeah, the weapons are good. The armor's kick ass.
I got one with Volt Shot.
Perfect.
It comes with Volt Shot.
Yeah.
On it too. So
did you guys hear there's a secret weapon too?
Secret weapon? What secret weapon? Don't tell me Snowball.
No. It's called the Gizmo Weft.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
What is that?
Yeah, it doesn't drop with the normal raid. It's like more of a rare thing to get.
Gizmo Weft?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Seriously, I'm not trolling you.
What the hell is that?
He's really not trolling. He's really not trolling you.
What kind of weapon is it?
I forget what it is. I'm looking it up right now.
Gizmo
Hold on.
Weft. Is this from the dungeon or the raid?
No, from the Dawning.
The Dawning, okay. Gizmo Weft. Is it a bow?
Sorry, I should have had it ready. It's also a grenade launcher.
Oh, it's a grenade launcher. Thanks, Zombie.
Yeah.
Zombie's fast.
Strand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strand, okay. I haven't gotten that to drop yet, so I just, if
it's micro missile, so
yes,
it's actually going to be really good, supposedly. So
yeah, it's going to be just like Mountaintop. You'll love it. You'll love using that, and it's strand. So if you have a strand build, like my prismatic, it'll only help you.
I might actually, go for the sum. Yeah.
I tell you what, if you're doing, if you're just running lost sectors to get your different races, to kill your different enemy types, to get all your materials, and you're stacking up your Vanguard orders, generating bright dust and XP. I mean, you can have a fun little solo outing there, just collecting stuff, but it's so easy to farm this year. So I'm definitely going to be jumping on that on my Christmas break, stacking up all that stuff and trying to get what I can. I don't know if I really care about getting the Starbaker, the title, whatever, prestiged or whatever. I don't really care about that, but titles quit meaning much to me a long time ago. But I'm loving that armor though. That armor is just killer. I might keep that armor on well after the Christmas holiday because it just looks so damn good. So, but that's all I had. Anything else? Am I forgetting anything, guys? Anything else I need to mention about the dungeon or the Dawning event? I can't.
No, I don't have anything else.
And by the way, the event pass where you get the, all the stuff to unlock the event pass for the Dawning, which it lasts 3 weeks, by the way. So you have plenty of time. Just make cookies. I mean, really, seriously, that's all you really need to do is just make cookies, and you unlock the weekly one, which gives you a ton of stuff. So, and then you can get your Vanguard, your seasonal Vanguard order, Vanguard track, your seasonal track done for the week. I mean, there's a lot of, you can really farm a lot of cool stuff right now. I'm having a lot of fun doing that. So, okay, well, if that is it, that means it's time for this week in Destiny. All right, let's pull this up.
I got to use the restroom real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. The TWAB. I looked it over. There's not really a ton of stuff in here, other than they're making some personnel changes, and they were introducing some people. It has a bipod. I'll have to see that. Let's see what that looks like. A grenade launcher with a bipod. That's weird. Okay. Like a mortar? Can you set it up like a mortar? That'd be just crazy. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Here we go. 3, 2. All right, this week in Destiny for December 18th, 2025. First and foremost, we'd like to take a moment to thank every single one of you. Thank you for your time, your voices, your posts, your comments, your videos, and just the crazy amounts of passion you have for our games. Bungie would not be what it is without its community. And 2025 yet again proved this to be true. We hope this year has treated you well, and hope you have all the time and rest as we head into the end of the year. The last 2 weeks of Renegades have been a blast, seeing stories of with which Praxic Blade Color Guardians started with, or which blaster has been their favorite tier to master so far in the Lawless Frontier has been a thrill for us. With the Equilibrium Dungeon conquered by Team Tommy, we need to come to the end of our launch phase. With the start of the Dawning this week, we're looking forward to taking our collective foot off the gas. So just a little off during this holiday period. Still have much more work ahead of us. The blog will be entering a form of stasis for a few weeks, but many of us will be working through the winter break to solidify our 2026 plans and beyond. Being this is the final TWID of the year, they mentioned a lot of stuff that they've already talked about already, but I'll just briefly go through these here. Congratulations, of course, to Team Tommy, Mario Monkey, Luigi Style, and Biggs. Those were the 3 members of the team who won the world's first Equilibrium Dungeon on contest mode. They'll get those cool looking trophies. Let's see your dawning fashion. Happy dawning, everyone. Have you been baking your cookies for your allies? It's once again the time of year you dress up as something very cool, and we give you an emblem for your effort. Let's do this, Guardians. Welcome to the Fashion 2020, Dawning Fashion 2025. The rules are simple. Take inspiration from the Dawning to dress up your Guardian. Share your fashion with us using the hashtag Dawning Fashion 2025 hashtag. No more than 3 people per submission, and share your Bungie ID in your post. Since this activation will be taking place during the holiday break, we will have all of our picks in the January 8th TWID. You have until then to work on your fashion reward as we're giving away the Felis Galaxius emblem. In fact, I'll just share it right here real quick. I think it's this. Podcast share. Let's see. There we go. It's okay. The fashion emblem, right? And some Dawning creations, but fashion not enough for us. The same way we'll be baking cookies in Destiny 2. How about you cook something for Lodi in real life too? He's hungry without an in-game cookie. Cookies, snaps, shortbread, tarts, snickerdoodles, whatever you feel like that adds some sweetness to life. The rules for this one are very simple. Bake us some cookies or a dessert inspired by the Dawning. Take a picture of it and share it with us on social media using hashtag Dawning Creation 2025 hashtag. No more than 3 people per submission, and share your Bungie ID as well. And similar to the fashion application activation, you will have until our next TWID on January 8th to work on it. Be careful and don't hurt yourself while baking. We also have an emblem to give away for this category as well. That one looks a little bit neater. It's not crazy, but Twitch drops are back. If you there's a chance to get more emblems. If you watch any Destiny 2 stream on Twitch for 30 minutes, you can unlock the Moment Forever emblem. That one actually looks pretty cool. Not too bad. And then, of course, you can subscribe or gift a sub to the opted-in Destiny 2 streamer and receive the Awake at Night emblem. That is a cool emblem. I like that one. That's it's not a bad emblem. Kind of Christmassy. Oath of the Renegades wrap up today. You know, it's funny about this Oath of the Renegades thing is they didn't really talk much about it other than last week's TWID, but I want to give a shout out to JD Kent. He is on Team Scarrow, and he has moved up to number 7 on his fire team. So shout out to JD Kent, one representing our Guardian Downcast clan, is killing it out there. So thank you, JD Kent. Congrats, man. Keep killing it out there. You've still got time to support them in one last hurrah. Check out the Oath of Renegades site to pledge to a content creator and help their syndicate earn points. Points can be earned for a 2-hour duration between December 18th at 9 p.m. until December 19th at 9 a.m. Starting the timer and set the type site and complete a task on your My Task page. So as you're hearing this on Monday, it'll already be past My Task. Yeah. So, yeah. I like the emblem though, man. Do you see this emblem? It's pretty nice. I like that. That's really nice.
I guess I'll get it.
All 3 of the syndicates.
Yeah, definitely shout out to JD Kent, because just talking to the community in general, not too many people have been interested in this.
No.
Doesn't mean anything's wrong with it, but shout out to JD Kent and people that have been participating.
He's one of our hardcore players, man. He always goes at it, man. He's put a lot of
on.
Yeah, he's put a lot of time in this game. That's for sure. And he's very talented too. He's pretty good at it. So, yeah, the winning creator syndicate will get the emblem for the entire Destiny 2 community to adorn in 2026 with the winning syndicate's icon replacing the Vanguard icon. Oh yeah, I see it there. That looks really cool. Okay. As it stands, Totality Division is in the lead with 42% control. So you've got to jump in if you want to see different syndicate icon for the emblem. Here's the full list of lieutenants streaming today. Like I said, by the time this comes out, it'll be already over with, but I just at least wanted to share it for the live crew here. Bungie Foundation end of year update. You did it again, Lightkeepers. Your collective desire to do good powered another incredibly impactful year at the Bungie Foundation, bringing hope to those who need it most. Just a few of the many highlights of what your generosity made possible. Number one, you supported 23 Little Light partners across the world, providing entertainment, distraction, and joy to tens of thousands of kids facing their toughest days in children's hospitals and clinics. Number two, fulfilled 47 Make-A-Wish requests, including building top-tier gaming PCs, shopping sprees, e-bikes, hot tub lifts for aquatic therapy, and electronic items like cameras and laptops to help Wish kids pursue their passions. Also, from devastating wildfires in Los Angeles to crises in Sudan, Ethiopia, and Gaza, your support enabled our humanitarian partners to quickly respond and deliver timely, meaningful aid. And lastly, recognize key awareness and recognition months throughout the year, supporting veteran and military families, LGBTQ+ youth, disability inclusion, and mental health initiatives through focused campaigns and partnerships leading to tens of thousands of dollars in donations to well-deserved organizations. It's amazing to see all that we can accomplish as one community working together to put a dent in the universe. Thank you once again, putting your trust in our mission and our values. None of this would be possible without you and your passion and your generosity. Yeah, Bungie has always been very good at helping their community. So, yeah, this has been fantastic. I can't talk about it too much because I'll just get all freaking sappy and emotional about it. But I have a soft spot for our veterans out there, and Stack Up is just an outstanding organization, and I love that they helped them this year as well. They give like Xboxes to our troops out there in the field to keep them entertained. I mean, I know it's got to be tough out there.
It is.
Yeah, you know, Deadpool, you're a veteran.
From experience, it is.
Yep. So I mean, you've even dealt with the mental health side of that part. You know, it's a battle you never stop fighting. So, one last Bungie bounty for good. And this is this Sunday, December 21st, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific. Join the Foundation fam. Try hard Tristan, Pika Peach, Not Mashed, Abby, and Alan, and Britley. Okay. In the Crucible for our final Bungie bounty of the year. A match and defeat our fire team, and the faster than light emblem is all yours. True in the Bungie Foundation Twitch channel for cozy Crucible vibes and some holiday fun. I'd love to have that emblem, but it is tough to beat these guys. They're usually really good. So on to 2026. 2025 may be wrapping up, but we've got our eyes up and focused on what's next. We'll see you in January for Game to Give 2026. The action kicks off January 12th, and we've got some incredible things in store for this campaign. Here's just a little sample. A Game to Give. January 12th through the 29th. There's a dawning sale going on. If you buy anything in the store between December 16th and January 6th, there's a nice little cookie emblem here. I'm surprised Allocate isn't all over that one. Anyway, there's still a $7.77 flat rate shipping. I'll tell you what, man, I ordered a couple of t-shirts during the Halloween event, and I got the t-shirt in the mail like within a week. And that's very rare for Bungie. They take forever to send stuff. But I mean, I'm sure they have to figure out how to distribute it, and there's probably a lot of hands that get in the way and a lot of channels that goes through before it gets to our door. But I was surprised how quickly I got all my stuff that I ordered during their clearance during the Halloween event. Anyway, new lights and more in the new player guide. We keep adding more chapters to our updated Destiny 2 new player guide. There's lots to uncover, so it's going to take us a few weeks to fill it with everything new players need to know about the game. Thanks for your patience. I at least love that they have it. Minimum, they have this where new lights, we can send new lights to at least get caught up on the game. It is a lot to learn. You can read our second chapter about onboarding as a new light and content that is freshly minted. Guardians can play, and there's a link right there if you want to find out more. All right, the community team updates. Destiny 2 community team has actually grown a bit. This final twit of the year felt like a perfect opportunity to not only introduce the newcomers, but to also remind you of the wonderful people who are listening to your input, evaluating how you feel about the game, and communicating your feedback to the rest of the dev team. We'll start with the newbies and then move to the folks you may already be familiar with. Evan, quote, Scapes Berman is a Destiny global community lead. Frog on a float. Okay, I get it now. Destiny senior community manager. Bruno BR1 Toledano, Destiny senior community manager. Mitch Alpiner. Yeah, I said that right. Social media manager for Destiny. Eduardo, senior technical community manager. Connor Powell, technical community coordinator. Of course, we know Cosmo. We know DMG. They guys have been here forever. So those are the new additions. If you want to read their bios, they have a little paragraph below each of those. You can go to Bungie.net and check that out. Player support report. Kingsley, anything we need to know right away from the player support report? Shit's broken.
There's several things, but yeah, we'll skip it.
Yep, shit's broken. Thank you, Deadpool. Okay, we got some artists of the week here. That's really good. That's funny. The Dawning, of course, there's a video by Wall, W-A-L. The Dawning, a short but Merry Christmas 2 cinematic. I might watch that. That looks really good. That's great artwork, man. Damn, that's good artwork. Anyway, farewell 2025, greetings 2026. What a year it's been. We've been through many changes with the launch of the Edge of Fate, and even more recently with Renegades, and we are incredibly excited to jump into next year. We couldn't do this without you. We know Way say what that's a misspelling. We know Way say this all the time, but it's because it's true. Your support is invaluable, and our feedback helps us focus on what truly matters. Please keep it going in 2026. Before we close here, we want to remind one last time that we're entering a quiet few weeks for Bungie. While our operations center will stay working, we will have some comms if some issues arise during the Dawning. We don't have another twit until January 8th, and our social media presence will be reduced. Wish you all a fantastic time during the holiday season, no matter how you choose to celebrate. Go for long walks, cook some fancy food, spend quality time with your loved ones, enjoy a hot drink if it's cold outside, or something on the rocks if it's warm, and find time to read a book, watch cozy films, and play cool games. Thank you for being our guardians, Destiny 2 community team. Thank you, Destiny 2 community team, for communicating with us every week, and I hope you guys have a well-needed break. So that is it for the TWAB. We will get to our topic of the week coming up next. All right.
Ooh, you made that a substantial twist.
I know. When they get into their community stuff, I have to read it out. I really don't want to not mention that, but okay. All right, I think we're good now. I'm going to try my chair. I'm probably going to sink again, but I'm going to try my chair one more time. Because I've been standing for like a full hour and a half. Heading back down.
You just need a new chair.
Throw some stasis at it.
I wish. Where's Bale when you need him? Sorry, bad joke. My goodness.
We got our own stasis already.
Yeah.
He's got to use his good hand.
Yeah. Our stasis is better.
It is. Our stasis is super powered. All right. Okay. The perk bipod. Okay, I got you, zombie. I got you, man. Okay. I was going to say a bipod on a grenade launcher? That doesn't make sense. Weird. Okay. Okay.
It's good. Just know that.
All right. Might not be a popular person after this topic, but we got into it this week, so if you want to talk about it, be our last conversation for 2025. Go out on a bang here, I guess. All right, here we go. 3, 2. All right, for our topic of the week, since it is our last live show of 2025, we had a lively conversation in the Destiny chat channel this week in the Discord. And I wanted to turn this conversation to our viewers and our listeners out there. So the question I asked for tonight, and I asked you guys for this week's topic, is if future content of Destiny 2, should Bungie make more content that is solo player friendly or more fireteam based activities? That is a question for our topic tonight. And we went back and forth in the Discord about this, and I'm probably going to die on this hill, but I'll just explain what happened this week with me. I've been slammed at work. So anytime I have to play, it's usually very late at night before I hit the hay. And I usually want to jump on and work towards something. I want to, I got my exotic Vanguard order this week. So I unlocked my yellow crystal. Man, what a pain in the butt that was, by the way. I had to do a solo op without dying, and I had to get a ton of Praxic Blade kills without dying in an expert or higher solo ops. So of course I'm in the ultimate, I guess, level right now. So what I did is I scaled it down to expert while I still had some frickin' radar. And I jumped in there and I got cornered after like an hour and a half doing this. I got cornered and ended up dying. I don't know why I didn't pull my long range weapon out, but I was so intent on getting Praxic Blade kills, and my progress reset. So I was a little frustrated, but I finally said, you know what? I'm going into these solo ops. I'm going to knock it out. I'm going to kill everything with the Praxic Blade. I'm going to get it done. And then once I realized what I needed to do, I got it done within, within an hour, maybe, probably an hour. But that is what I love about Destiny, is the fact that I can jump on when nobody's really on, dive in and work towards something in the game that's going to help me down the road. And now I have the yellow crystal, but I still have to run the catalyst run to finish it so I can get it. But yeah, the Whisper mission with the Thrall, I should have. Kingsley talked about that last week, Scarlet, and I forgot all about that. But I just did it the hard way. And yeah, that's right. You get the kills and then you just go into a solo ops and get it done. I should have done it that way, but I'm hard-headed, I guess. But here's the thing. I like you. The reason I think solo ops was a great addition to Destiny 2 and Edge of Fate, even though it was poorly executed, versus what they had promised us in those past Dev Insight articles. I had an entirely different idea of what I thought the portal system would look like versus what we actually got. I thought we'd be able to pull down a list of all the strikes, just jump in a strike solo, not have to worry about people zooming around you, killing everything in front of you so you couldn't get any of your bounties done or anything. When they talked about that months and months ago, I was so excited for that. But no, we know what we got. We know what we got in solo ops now. We got basically six maybe activities that we can run in solo. And of course the new one they just dropped. I love that because I can go in there and get what I need to get done. The only bad thing I hate about it is they're forcing you, in order, if you want high level gear, if you want to keep increasing your light, you have to jump into the ultimate mode. Like I'm at 520 right now. I'm at 517, almost 518 power. So I got a ways to go still, but I'm forced to play all the just Mac Daddy hard stuff when I do it. And I tried to, last week, we talked about it on the show, I tried to jump in and do the Lawless Frontier, and did not have a good outing doing the matchmaking. And yes, I know it was just one game, but I got to admit, guys, every time I had an hour to spare before I went to bed this week, I looked at Lawless Frontier and I was just like, I just couldn't get excited to play it. And I got to thinking about it. Why am I not excited? I want to earn rep for my for my clan, right? Or for my syndicate that I'm working for, because the fact that it does not scale to solo player. I tried doing it solo, by the way, and it's just intense. It's just really intense. The enemies really aren't reduced if you go in solo versus with a fire team. So you're almost forced to go in with a fire team. So what have I been doing? I've been jumping. I've been getting my Vanguard orders done. Now that the dawning's out, I've been farming all the materials and stuff to make cookies and all that stuff. But the thing that makes Destiny such a great game is the fact that a solo player can jump on, knock out something they're working on, whether it's leveling up a weapon or whatever, and then jump out. And that's the great thing about the portal is they tell you how much time it's going to take, what you're going to get, and what power level you're going to get it at. It gives you everything you need to know. You can jump in and get it done and then jump out. But these match-made activities, and I know you can call me antisocial or whatever, but I just have not had the best of luck in matchmaking. And this is maybe just for me, but unless I'm organizing an event like a full raid, like we do raids and dungeons every Saturday, unless it's organized in advance, I just need to know who I'm gaming with. And today it just seems like with the matchmaking the way it is, you have people that are going AFK, thinking they're just going to get everything and just sit there while you do everything. That's never changed. That's always been a problem in match-made games. Doesn't matter what activity. Or you'll have someone who goes in there and doesn't know what to do, and they use up all your revives because they're team shared revives, and then you die one time and now you're sitting in space because you used your one death and you're done. So my question is with you guys is what do you think about that take? Do you think that solo do you think Destiny needs to make more content geared towards solo players, or at least solo friendly? Or are you on the opposite end of the spectrum on that? You guys can, whoever wants to jump in.
None of us care? No, I'm just kidding. Do you want to go?
That could be
Deadpool?
too. That could be too.
I'll go. Being that I like to do solo playing and stuff like that, I think they need more solo content. I love all the stuff, all the content they have and everything like that, and it keeps me busy and things like that. And I find myself trying to do more solo stuff, not because I don't want to play with anybody else or anything like that.
Right.
I'm pushing myself to the limits, and I like being able to test myself and test my abilities.
Yeah.
Not only that, it actually helps me improve my gameplay, makes me a better player. I play with my clan members all the time, and they always call me a god. They call me captain and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm just a regular guy, just playing the game, and but they love the builds that I do. They love everything I do. And most of my builds are because I'm trying to do stuff solo, and I'm trying to like get things done and actually do accomplishments. Cause I used to just be a fire team based person. I always used to do fire team stuff.
Right.
And I never really like pushed myself. Well, within the last 2.5 to 3 years, I've been actually pushing myself to do a lot more solo content. And it's actually made me a better player. I go into PvP solo. I go into a lot of other things solo. So I think they need a little bit more solo content. I'm not saying a lot more, just a little bit more. But I also think that they need to keep a good balance of the fire team based stuff. But with the matchmaking, I think they need to improve on the matchmaking, because I have ran into those experiences where you get somebody and they're just AFK and they expect you to do all the stuff. Because you'll see them, you'll be doing the strike or doing whatever it is, getting a certain distance, and then you'll see their character moving and they stop moving, so that way they don't get kicked out.
Right.
So it's like there has to be something better. I have had it where I go into content and I'm matchmaking, and yeah, it's really hard stuff, and like I'm the one that's not dying, but the other two people are, or the other two people are not paying attention and they're not following the objective, or not going, and they're going the opposite way and they're dying and going the opposite way. The Lawless Frontier, I enjoy doing the invasions. So I've been invading, but I haven't been invading with the so I noticed a lot of people have been using the Behemoth. I haven't been using that. I just been using pure skill.
Really?
Using my scout rifle and hand cannon.
Nice.
So that's what I've been doing. I love that you could get 1v1s in Invasion, and the 1v1s are freaking awesome. I've actually gone solo flawless in a few of the 1v1s, so it's actually pretty cool. And it's amazing how much gear and loot you get. I haven't had no problems with leveling up because I've been 550 for a while. So,
okay. Nice.
Yeah, for me it's a little bit different. I'm not on either side. I'm right in the middle. So yes, I want more solo content, but I also think that the fire team stuff should still be going. But they need to make improvements. There's some things that could be improved, but when they focus on one thing, something else lacks.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole with the new dawning PvP stuff, I feel like the matchmaking on that is not the best.
Yeah.
But if you go into like regular Crucible, it's a little bit better on regular Crucible, even though the player counts are low. I think that Bungie's they're gonna figure it out. They have to figure it out. It's gonna take them time to figure out all the stuff if they want to keep this game going. But I think it's just gonna take some time.
All right, now you're gonna hear the other side of the spectrum now. Kingsley, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, my answer, what you won't like, is I don't think they should go one way or the other. I think it's about perfect where it is right now. I don't think there should be more fire team stuff, but I also don't think it's interesting because when we talk about solo, of course, we're conflating so many ideas together here. I think it's kind of fair to separate solo people that like to try the harder stuff, and then solo the people that don't, because that's a totally different experience. Mm-hmm. And when you talked about not having a lot of solo stuff, well, if you're a tryhard solo, there actually is. You can do anything in the game except for raids. So that's tons of stuff. So I don't get it. But,
okay.
Now if we're talking about matchmaking and if it always works well, I think that's an interesting conversation to have for sure. Look, you say what makes Destiny great. What makes Destiny great is like what they've had from day one. They had a good mix of stuff you can do before you matchmake. They have a good mix of strikes and matchmake things. They have a good mix of harder things that you don't want to matchmake. You want to set your own team with. And I think the mix is about perfect. In fact, what Destiny, lest anyone forget, they made a lot more things solo opt-in if you want. Once Edge of Fate came out, you could finally, at least in the portal, pick the strikes and the things like that if you wanted to do it solo. So if anything, they've added more recently. No, they didn't add new stuff. And again, I think new stuff is kind of like raids and dungeons should be teams for most people. Keep that how it is. Exotic missions is kind of that middle ground for most people. I know some people will solo dungeons also, and then all the way down. So I just don't really see what the issue is. Now, on the issue of fire team matchmaking, which I'm kind of in my mind kind of quarantining in the middle here, because I don't think the issues that matchmaking sometimes has isn't an issue that it's a non-solo activity. The issue is the stupid things they put in it. So like with the Lawless Frontier thing, and this would happen if you're solo also, that's my point. The revive tokens, the things like that, like those are the things that aren't so fun. I still predict that with Lawless Frontier, even on the harder modes, they're going to add more revive tokens or take it out altogether, something like that. But again, those are more issues of like they just didn't tune things well versus matchmaking is bad, end of story, because it's not necessarily. And then for for solo stuff too, if you're doing a really hard level solo op, Lost Sector or whatever, you can still have a frustrating experience because they add on all the extra requirements.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I know when the portal first came out, they didn't have enough matchmaking because there were people that were trying to get into fire team ops activities and stuff, and only like one of them was matchmade, and everything else you had to have a pre-made fire team.
Remember they promised us that solo ops you could come in with a fire team also? Well, they didn't actually do that, and they still never have.
No, that's true. That's very true. And they made a lot of promises, and I don't know if they just ran out of time or they had to just cut bait and just go with what they had or what. But the dev insights that they had before the portal came out and Edge of Fate talked about a totally different thing than, at least in my eyes, what I saw, and then what was actually released. But that I don't mind matchmaking. It's just if they're gonna have like they have a firewalled version of the Lawless Frontier. That my only complaint is it's not a solo match. It's not a solo. It's not designed for a solo player. It's designed. It's like a private. Yeah, and I got through 3/4 of it. And I mean, I had my buddy build on. I was mowing through, but the problem is the activity gets harder and harder as you go along. And you get into phase 3, it just gets unbearable. You just can't. So my complaint, especially with the Lawless Frontier, and the reason I haven't played a lot of it, is one, I really just don't want to matchmake it. I want to just jump in there and knock it out. And if they had it where it was scalable to a solo player, then I would not be complaining right now. But there's a reason why I have very little rep generated with my Piker gang, because it's just too much trouble, man, to jump in and try to, and you're talking about an activity that lasts 15 minutes at least. We're talking maybe 30 minutes if it's one of the heavier duty activities. And then you have to be lifted out to complete the thing too. And I don't know if everyone makes that in your matchmaking experience. Does everybody make the extraction, Kingsley?
No, of course not. And that goes again to like them using too many tokens. And that was an issue previously, not because of just the team matchmaking's bad. The thing is like this activity isn't really meant to be a solo thing. I don't know why they even added in this case, because I understand portal stuff, why they do, but the ad density is so intense. Right. There's so many areas. It gets harder and harder. Yeah. The first person that goes in the ship is supposed to shoot while the other people are coming in. Right. It's just not really meant to be a solo activity. And there's a precedence here. Like when we've had like the Blind Well in Forsaken, all sorts of activities through Destiny's Past, a lot of the DLC activities are group up activities. Right. And generally people are okay with that. I mean, I don't know why, this has to be tuned on day one to be easy for a solo player when it's made to be like a party, tons of ads everywhere activity.
See, here's the thing. They start you out with a campaign, which by the way, 60% of the player base, I've done a little research online here with some figures there's certain things that track players, even though Destiny doesn't release these numbers. There's been conclusions made that 60% of the player base runs the campaign solo. And here's the thing. I ran it solo on Legend, the Renegades campaign. Loved it. Then after I jumped out of the campaign, it was time to do all the Syndicate stuff, which honestly, that's the part I was looking most forward to. It's just not made for one person. You have to go in with 2 other people to get these done. And I'm just saying, if they want more player engagement with this activity, they need to have it scalable and have a solo ops version of this. Not maybe solo ops.
You never did strikes much back in the day? Like
I never did strikes because the only way I would do strikes, Kingsley, because I had to get my strike bounties done, is I would set my clock in advance where nothing would matchmake with me, and finally it would just throw me in by myself. That's how I did strikes solo back in the day, and you had to kind of trick the system.
Esoteric strat.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's usually tryhard people do that, but you were just doing it because of a different reason.
Dude, I remember the days when I would do a Nightfall strike. It was so much pride for me to slowly work my way from encounter to encounter in the Nightfalls, which were the hardest content in Destiny 1, and finally kill that boss after, I don't know how many phases, and finally get it done. It was such a moment of pride for me. It's one of the highlights of Destiny 1 was being able to solo all of those Nightfalls. It's just really hard to do these days. I mean, I know Esoteric and maybe even Soccer could probably get away with doing it, or some of our other hardcore players in our community, but they need to bring that feeling back, because I was having such a good time playing Renegades, and now I've hit this wall where I have to matchmake. And I know people are like, Jesus, Gator, we've been asking for matchmaking because, we don't have a pre-built fire team to bring in. I get that point, I do. But all they have to do is just have a solo version on the drop-down tab and let it scale to a solo player with not these crazy numbers. And then
when you go into the fire team ops, it's only the top 3 activities are match made. Everything else is It's
Remade?
made.
Remade.
So they still haven't done great there.
What about
They kept
Pinnacle
saying they'll
Ops?
do more.
Is Pinnacle Ops match made now?
None of them are.
None of them.
No, none of Pinnacle. You got to bring your own
Yeah.
team. Same thing with
You should
with the
communicate
new
for that.
Yeah.
You don't
the
have to, but you
Grandmaster,
should.
the Grandmaster Vanguard alert, which is pretty much Nightfall.
Mhm.
That is actually really tough, but it's actually
Yeah.
you got to bring your own team for that too.
I tried to do the
Yeah, the
Conquest.
new GMs. Yeah.
I tried to do the Conquest, and they had this one perk where if you just got splash damage on you, you would get injured and you couldn't do anything. You were like in this hunch mode, and then you would just have to give up and start over. You couldn't even revive yourself. It was this modifier that they put in there. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, that's on a different topic of the bad modifiers and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I think it was one of the Pinnacle Ops I was trying to do solo, but
but it wasn't because it was a Pinnacle Op. They could have that bad modifier other places.
The modifier was brutal. I was just like, if that modifier's in there, I'm not even going to try to play it. But my point is that, but Destiny 2 is a hobbyist game. And what do people want to do with hobbies? They want to piddle. They want to jump on. They got half an hour. They got an hour maybe to spare per day. They want to jump in and get something done toward their overall goal in playing. I don't know if it's either light level or power level, or whether they want to max out their syndicate, rep or do whatever. I just have a hard time getting excited to play any of the Lawless Frontier because I know unless I have had people who are joining me ahead of time, and I probably would have a great time doing that, but it's really hard to get two other people to jump in with you at the last minute. I mean, we have a Destiny LFG in our community, but at 1 a.m. Eastern, it's kind of tough to find people that are playing still, or even 2 a.m. Eastern, because I'm a night owl. I'm up very late. But, and then, of course, you got time. Everybody has different time constraints, too. They have different, different times around, different time zones that they're in. But we have a lot of truck drivers in our community that play at weird hours because they have to work at certain parts of the night when most people are playing, and they only have time during the daytime when a lot of us are at work. So there's complications there. But all I'm saying is, I'm not trying to be a whiny little baby here. I'm just saying the solo ops was the right direction. People jumped into solo ops. They got it done. There was some accomplishment. There's tons of rewards. Kudos, Bungie. You give us tons of rewards if we get a B+ score in the solo ops, but you only got 6 of them, maybe 6 of those ops. They only added 1, and that new one they added is no fun. It is not fun at all, unless you run it on a lower level. But if you're trying to solo it on ultimatum mode, it's really rough, man. It is really tough. But that aside, I think what they need to think about with these activities, these seasonal activities, like the Lawless Frontier, is they should have had that in mind, because to have a solo option available, because you're playing the campaign solo and then all of a sudden you're done and you got the momentum to go and keep playing the game in Renegades. You want to play the space opera still. You want to jump in and do that, and you want to work towards stuff. But I'm finding it difficult to do because now I have to have a group. It just creates an artificial problem. And I think all they would have to do is just create a solo option on the drop-down menu in Lawless Frontier, and that would solve the problem.
Matchmaking is not a problem 90% of the time. I guarantee you, most of these people that just like to jump on and piddly do stuff, this happened all the way back from Destiny 1.
Yeah.
They jump into a strike playlist. They jump into an easier version of the Lawless Frontier. No issues at all. In fact, most people, unless they're antisocial, but there's no one you're talking to anyways in auto matchmaking. They hop in perfectly fine. And the strike playlist, the Vanguard op thing right now is the most rewarding thing in the game.
Yeah.
You can do 3 matches in like no time.
I did play 3 matches of that, and I did get the pulse rifle.
That gives the most rewards in the game right now because of the extra challenge things that they add.
And it was a lower.
People are just looking for rewards.
Yes.
It's not solo op.
Hands down. Hands down, it is definitely the best. But that's another thing too. People are all different light levels. So when they're doing matchmaking, they have to match you with someone that's in the same playlist as you, right? Same light level.
That's the problem with Portal. That I just don't agree with.
Yeah.
But you should be able to pick what mode you want to play and then base your rewards on that, not just what power band you're in, and then you have to go down if you don't want that power band.
Well, when I jumped into Lawless Frontier the first time solo, it had me getting really high power gear, but it had me on ultimatum mode. It was nuts, man.
Yeah, because it's just doing it off your power.
Yeah,
It's so stupid because we all know, and no offense to people that grinded to 550 real quick,
it doesn't matter.
Power does not mean how good you are, how good of a player you are.
Yeah, but it still doesn't matter because it's all alpha. It's all all delta based anyway.
Well, for the power, but they add more modifiers. So
that's just
ultimatum mode is harder with other things, and
that's a problem.
And then the scaled, the negative 30 to negative 40 BS stuff,
And the Grandmasters that just came out.
Those
negative
are all
50.
things that are kind of make it harder.
Have you had a chance?
Deltas are definitely artificial difficulty, and people don't like that.
Have you run the new Grandmaster, the negative 50 stuff?
Yeah, I have. I did one last week. We got all the way to the tank. We couldn't get to the last boss. And I think it's good to have an activity in there that's really tough, but they better sure as hell reward you when you do get it done. It better be just showering you with loot. But
there should. But no one really wants negative 50. Is just there's other ways they can make it crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I'll tell you that right now. It's fun, but
yeah.
It is annoying in the Grandmaster Vanguard alert.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I have
even
more
fun. The bullet spongy tankiness. Most people don't think that's fun. I don't know.
I'm having more
with the lawless stuff. I think you need to give it another shot because there's different if you look at the borders on some of them if you go into the contested areas, the contested territory, it's meant to be harder. If you go with the ones that have the gold border around it, those are meant to be
that's what I ran.
Yeah, they have ones that are but they have ones that are just a blue emblem on it.
Oh, okay.
It's not harder. It's just it helps you to get a better sense. So
maybe I need to play around with it more.
I think a lot of people are actually the people that play this game are actually trying to get into the harder stuff, and they don't realize it's harder. There's other ones that are actually a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So whenever you're looking at the Lawless Frontier, you just gotta pay attention to it because the contested one, those are gonna be really hard.
Yeah.
They're gonna be hard.
Okay.
And then they got a
that's true too.
So
yeah, even matchmaking, if you want a better experience, you don't have to do a contested one or whatever.
Right.
You're still gonna get the stuff done. Because regardless, it's gonna be either the bounty hunting, the sabotage, or the smuggling one.
Right.
The only difference is it's gonna be a little bit easier, not much easier, but it's gonna be a little bit easier.
Okay.
Versus the ones with the gold border and the contested territory.
Right.
They're gonna give you more. They give you more reward for doing those, but they are a lot harder. I've found myself doing the contested ones a few times and not even completing it sometimes because we burned through all the revives. And another thing that kills me in it is they tell you to shoot you. Well, they have all these little containers that you can shoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't really get that many revives from those containers.
You get health. That's about it. Health and a little bit of currency, I think, right? The little containers.
They do give
you can get revive, but
we can get revive tokens, but it's not a lot.
It's like a shiny little ball. I've gotten it a few times. It's like a little spear that's kind of glowing.
I've ran a few of them. I've ran because I'm already rank 5 with the.
Wow, nice.
Oh no, I'm rank 4 with the Totality Division, and I'm rank 2 with the Taurus Reformation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pain in the butt. It is time consuming.
Right.
But as the Cross said, once you max one out, it's easier to rank up the other ones. So I was watching one of his videos, and he said once you rank one of them up to 5, you can rank all the other ones up easier.
Yeah.
But you just have to pay attention to what you're doing, because there are harder ones and there are easy ones. So.
See, I used to run Solo Crucible all the time, and I love Solo Crucible because that was one time I loved to play solo and get match made into other, even partial fire teams or whatever. I'd join their team. It made me a better Crucible player because I had to adapt to the team that was in front of me. I had to adapt to my teammates around me. And if they're running this kind of setup, I have to complement that somehow. And I got really good. I got really good at complementing a team and helping them, not having to be the killer that's going out there and leading the way. Especially if I was in a group with 4 other fire team members, and I was the 5th, and there was another solo player, the 6th. I would always kind of get a gist of who they are, and then I would get a gist of what they're trying to do in the game to get the objective done, or whatever their strategy was, and I would literally just follow with them. I'd stay with the group, and then I just used my resources, what I knew I was good at, and just adapted to the gameplay. And I did that all through Destiny 1 and through most of Destiny 2. But I have done... What's that?
You could do that in PvE activities too with the other players.
I want to. I really do. The like I said, maybe I just need to run it more. And
I adapt around people. I try to help out.
Sure.
Yeah,
but
of course there are frustrating experiences, PvE and PvP, where your whole team sucks.
Yeah,
and then,
that happens.
I've had experiences too in
you can't take it personally.
In Lawless Frontier, where they kept dying, and I was like the one dying the least. But at the very end, when I'm like, there's no more tokens left, and then I'm the only one alive, and I'm just getting bombarded. Like eventually, I'm probably gonna die too. But
and then if you go to like the edges of the, like if you try to take cover towards the edge, it tells you, oh no, the ship's not coming in. You got to get it back inside. You got to be forced to go into the area.
Right.
So you're like, damn. You're like, I gotta do what I can.
I mean, they make you play it a ton. Hard. They make you play it a ton solo also, in the campaign, so you know how to do the activity.
Yeah, and also what's funny is like, I don't even care about hero moment stuff. I would rather the whole team stay alive and we all extract together, because I feel like we're part of a group, like I don't want to be like holding it down for 10 minutes on the last encounter because they all were too sloppy and died, and I'm having to take down the rest of everything. That's just,
I think you get more points when the team's alive. So because they have like little points.
Yeah.
You get more points when everybody's alive, but if you're like the only one, you get less points. You don't get
they just take out the revive tokens, even on the hardest modes. If it's match made and you can't talk to people, simple. Do not have revive tokens. Simple.
Yes.
That's it. That would make the experience so much better.
I have a feeling they're going to eliminate that down the road, because that is a major frustration point. Because you have even though I'm at 515, I don't know what I just said, 517 or whatever. It doesn't mean, just like you said, Kingsley, just because you're highlight doesn't mean you're a better player. It just means you put more time in to grind your power up. And there was a very simple loop to do that, and it didn't require a ton of skill. So I don't know how it's trying to match make me when I do a match made activity in the Lawless Frontier. I don't know who they're trying to match me with, because in Crucible I would know. But I don't know how they're doing it with...
it's your same class. So if you're on Ultimatum, it'd be other people.
So it's going to be Ultimatum. So, I'm trying to adapt and help the team as well. But right as we enter into the world, our first guy, we're running forward. The first guy is sitting back there, not even moving. And he ends up getting booted, by the way, because he's inactive. And then the myself and the other guy in front of me, we're trying to do what we can, but... it just gets so hectic, man, and they don't backfill the match either. They're there. We didn't get any backfilling either, where that guy got kicked and no one came in to help. I don't know.
If you do get somebody that backfills, just to let you know, they do take a revive token now.
They take a revive token because they come in dead.
But
yeah.
Well, that's just stupid also. But we've had that issue forever, so I don't know why they haven't fixed it.
I have a feeling they're gonna take away the revive token thing, because especially in match made, because you can't communicate, you can't coordinate, you can't do any of that stuff. Enough people are going to get frustrated with it that if they don't have a built-in fire team, they're going to do what I'm doing. They're going to go run Dawning and run solo ops and run through lost sectors and just gather up materials and stuff. And that's what I've been doing. But I'm just saying, I'm just being honest here. When I turn on the game and I see Lawless Frontier, I just kind of go, let's go over here. It just is too much trouble. So I think once they fix the token issue, that's definitely a big stumbling block. But I don't know, man. I think what they need to do is they need to make a solo version of it that scales down to when we played it in the campaign solo, because that was such a great experience running it solo. And then
you get so much better with the more ads. Trust me. If you can, you'll have a blast. If you have,
I'm having great, dude. I played all through. I played Legend on everything except Fire and Ice.
No. The Lawless Frontier.
Lawless Frontier.
It's a totally different experience.
Yeah, it's definitely harder.
Solo Lawless.
Campaign. Yeah. I would say try doing it with, try to get somebody to play with you and go with you. Try to get at least a team to go through it. because it is fun. It is amazing. It's
so
fun.
much fun.
It looks.
I think what it is,
Yeah.
there is a challenge. There is a challenge when it comes to the matchmaking because it matches you with other people that have that whatever cap. So if you have like the 500 gear and you're doing ultimatum, it's gonna match you with the same people, and they're not everybody's at the same skill level. So that's where
Yeah.
it makes it difficult too.
Yeah,
Because
again,
just
we
because you
should
get
be
the
able
gear,
to pick which
yeah,
matchmaking level we want to go into. Oh, you can go back, but
yeah,
if people don't know that, then they assume they have to stay on ultimatum or whatever. And because the way the portal's built, people don't
Yeah.
want to go back. But in the past, we had that where you could pick different levels of matchmaking.
All I'm saying is with the Lawless Frontier, they need to scale it to a solo player that can just jump in there and just crank out all the rep they need to crank out. Because if they can't do that, and there's a definite matchmaking wall there or a pre-made fire team wall there, people aren't going to engage with the activity. I mean, look how they did trials. Trials, it used to be if you didn't have a team of 3, you didn't have any friends that played trials, you were screwed. Now you can jump in and play solo, and even better, you can match up with other solo players. And man, that is a lot of fun because when you get 2 other people that are solo as well, you don't even have to communicate. You kind of know after a match or a round or 2, you pretty much know what they're giving you, whether they're really good or really not really going to be able to help you much. But you then can adapt, and either if they're not as good, then you can take the lead and try to go out there and try to make something happen. If they're better, which happens a lot, you'll be right beside them to help them clean up kills. But I just am not feeling it in PvE, man. I'm just not feeling it.
In Lawless Frontier.
I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah.
And
well, it's fair if you're not feeling it, but the issue is not the matchmaking because you keep giving PvP examples of matchmaking. The issue is
that's just where I had a lot of success, where its matchmaking actually was good, and there, I think in my research here they said 3 to 8% of the population solo queued just the Crucible alone. But like I said earlier, 60% solo players completed the story content. Raids.
A lot of those Frontier activities, the highest thing still, if you look at the population report. So people are playing it.
Yeah.
And if they hated it that much, they wouldn't be playing it.
Dungeons, 5% of the active population plays a dungeon. 2% of the player base is active in raids at any given time. And only, like we've mentioned it before, that statistic that around 10 or 11% of the total player base has ever even completed a raid. So it behooves Bungie, if they're trying to make more player engagement, they made a good stride with the solo op. They just need to extend that to the activities as well. A lot of people just have bad times with matchmaking, and especially at the highlight levels I'm playing in, I'm going in there and I have all these modifiers against me already. I don't have any radar. I get touched, I'm dead. I'm playing my heart out, but if you don't have 2 other players that are match skill wise with you, it just gets frustrating. So I don't want to be
like I said. Just like I said, is you can have the power level,
right,
but not everybody's at that skill. Everybody's different skills. So just because you see somebody that's like 550 doesn't mean they're that good. They just grinded a lot just to get that power level up there. So it doesn't mean anything.
If you're a true new player, you're going to be much lower light, and then you'll be brought into the easier match made. It's probably hardest for like the people that are still somewhat newer, and then they power grind like crazy, and they don't know you can go back a level on that. The matchmaking, because of the way they designed the portal, is the problem, not the matchmaking itself, in my opinion. That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah, Scarlet Maddie in chat says, I do think they took the idea of the Nether that we all like so much and just ran so far with it. Todd's right, it needs way more tuning. For right now, it's just barring in the playlist for the Saber crystals. Yeah, I get that too. And
the modifiers and the tuning, I agree with that too.
Well, I asked...
not that it's... The problem is matchmaking. The problem is the tuning and the modifiers.
I asked ChatGPT online, what was the most engagement in Destiny 2? What is that solo players played? The number one thing was the solo ops of the portal. They said Caldera and solo operations were the most popular. Exotic and power farming. Vendor-related farming remains a staple for solo players to maintain their power level. Master Rahul and Exotic Ingrams, Lost Sectors, Expert and Master. These remain the most popular way to solo farm new exotics. We know that's changed lately. But you get materials like enhancement cores and stuff. Then they go into match-made rituals as third. That's Vanguard Ops. Back in the past, it was Onslaught, Dares of Eternity. Those are things like that. They're match-made. Now it's the Lawless Frontier. Solo in-game challenges. While it's more difficult, many solo players focus on specific in-game content designed to be soloable, like dungeons and nightfalls. And then, of course, the world activities, the public events and stuff. That's what the rundown was as far as what activities solo players are playing. So, like I said, I think the solo ops is a good first step. I just think they need to go a little further.
Since you brought up stats, the real stats on Popularity Report show within the last 60 days, the most played thing is Match-Made Haunted Altars of Sorrow, 2.2 million hours.
Haunted Altars.
Popular thing in the last 60 days.
Ask me how much I played that.
Well, you're going by stats, so I'm just throwing the stats back in your face.
I'm just saying.
Match-made activity is the most popular thing in the last 60 days. Yeah.
When the haunted Lost Sector or the haunted activity was, once I found out that I couldn't solo it, I was out. I didn't play it.
Yeah.
I got my mask. I bought some cool mask.
Yeah.
But I didn't really engage.
Most popular thing. In the last 60 days. Now that'll change as Renegades is out even longer. But
it killed me. They didn't have and I know everyone was tired of the haunted Lost Sectors. I get that. But they brought in this new activity, but then they didn't have a solo version of it. So even though your stats say that,
played it.
I didn't. This is the first time ever I did not play the activity. I didn't farm stuff because I just didn't have the time, man. And I just get so frustrated. I just have the worst luck, man, when it comes to matchmaking. I don't know what it is. I don't have the patience. That's it. I just don't have the patience. And I don't want to be a dick, but I don't know. Like I said, I didn't want to seem like a little whiny baby today, but I just this is the feeling I'm having with Renegades right now. The stuff that I can go and farm, like the Dawning stuff right now, I'm having a ball doing it, and it's easily soloable. But the Lawless Frontier, I'm just not feeling it, man. And I know I need to get more reps in and just run it. I just haven't had time. Work is killing me right now. I'm trying to get done so I can have a nice long holiday weekend, and everybody's wanting everything done. So what little time I have to play, I'm trying to jump into something I could jump in and jump out. And the only thing I know that's working for me right now is solo ops, even though these activities, I've run them so many times. Oh my God, all the power farming I've done in solo ops, but they haven't added anything but this one new solo ops, which sucks, by the way. It is really, really, it is not an easy one to just grind through. So
I've done it once.
I've done it several times. What I do is I reduce the playlist down to like something a little bit, maybe a notch or two below Ultimatum. And, but the problem is I'm only getting 300 power stuff. So I can't even power farm it. So I'm almost to the point now where I'm not really worried about farming anymore or power farming, because it doesn't matter. Everything is Delta based now. It's not power based, other than how hard stuff can get. So probably what I'm going to do, I've had more fun playing my alt accounts that are in the 300s than I have with my character that's in the 500s right now. So I may just swap over and just have fun playing on my alt accounts on my other two clans. I might just do that. So,
well, if you don't care about getting your power up, then for sure you should go down to easier modes.
I'm having a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot more fun. It's not as sweaty. Yes, I've lost radar because I'm over 300 now, but I'm higher than expert mode. But the modifiers just get tiresome. I just want to jump in and shoot aliens in the face, and I don't want to have to worry about getting flown to orbit if I die once. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing a Nightfall Strike. I'm just playing a solo ops here. So, all right, I think I've beaten that horse pretty dead. It's pretty pulped. So, anything else? Any final thoughts, guys, before we move on to our question?
I think we all brought up some good valid points and stuff like that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's Bungie needs to make the changes according to how they want to make them. So even though we're giving them our advice and stuff like that, it's what it's at the end of the day, it's what they decide. So
I'm curious what our viewers and our listeners think. GDC feedback channel in our Discord. Let me know if I'm off base here, or are you guys feeling it too? I mean, when you match make and someone eats up all your tokens and then you're screwed. And by the way,
because the modifiers, not matchmaking being bad.
Deadpool, I wanted to ask you something. When you didn't complete your run on Lawless Frontier and you couldn't get into the ship because you were out of revives, did you get any rewards at all?
it takes you
back
to the starting point, yeah.
Right.
And you don't get as much,
right.
And some of it's not
high power.
Most of it was like tier 3 stuff,
right?
It wasn't
right.
It wasn't even that great. Some of the stuff did have some good perks on it, because the perks, any of the perks could roll on any of the tiers, but tier 5s are better because you get the extra perks, but it still takes you to the the hangar.
Still takes you back.
But you don't get to. So you know how they have the chest and then they have the thing on the side,
right?
You don't get
that.
You don't get that portion.
Right.
You only get the chest.
Yeah, and I like I said, when I ran it solo and I didn't complete it, I got to the 3rd round and I died. I finally ran out. It did fly me back, but incidentally, when I match made on that one match that I did get into, I just stood there watching the person until they finally died, and then we all got booted to orbit for inactivity. So I was like, I just wasted 25 minutes on nothing but frustration. So, I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of games out there to play. And Allocate made a good point. I want to make sure I called her out. She goes, if you're wanting to play a solo game, there's a lot of games out there that are just single player games. Totally agree. There's a lot of great solo player games, single player games out there, but this is a hobby game for me. And I want to be able to
MMO like game that they made from day one.
Yeah. And I
meant to have players you play with.
Destiny 1.
That's what MMO means. Yeah.
I played full solo in Destiny 1 until I did my very first Vault of Glass raid. I played everything.
You did
solo.
strikes, I'm sure it's some. That's playing.
I'm trying to remember
the matchmaking you're talking about. I'm sure you did some strikes.
Maybe 1 or 2, but I really got away. I really got away from having to do it.
No. I remember you were grinding for weapons, like when the Omnigul strike would come around and people would grind for stuff.
Yes, I did. I did play the strikes. That was the only thing that was match made.
The swords, the exotic swords.
I met up with friends to do those, because you know what would happen? I would be down there with my sword and I said, I need void. They kill the void right off the bat. I'm like, fuck. I'm not even going to get the void. I think I ran it 5 times. I never got my sword because I couldn't they would always kill the knight too quickly. You remember that frustration back in Destiny 1, but
that was more of an issue because people would fight over which one they wanted.
Everyone had a different one they wanted.
Agree ahead of time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
that's not a problem of the matchmaking. That's a problem of the mechanics.
I guess
that's why you got to bring a team in for that. Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do is maybe one day in the middle of the week, once things settle down for me here, I might just have a night where if there's 2 other people just want to jump in and grind out Lawless Frontier stuff, just have a pre-made fire team. I mean, that's what Astrocross does, right? He'll say, I need 2. And 2 people will jump in instantly. And I don't have the numbers he does, but I mean, I got a community I can dip into here, which everyone keeps reminding me of, that I can say, hey, I'm going to run Wednesday night. Any 2 players want to run with me? I'm at 517 power. Let's go run some Lawless Frontier. And I've had people reach out and say, hey, I'll help you get it, man. Even you, Kingsley, you've helped out. You said, hey, let's run the Catalyst. I'm just so freaking tired. I just don't have the time to do it tonight. I've been doing pre-recorded shows.
You helped get the microcosm.
I know. I still got to run 2 missions, I think, to get the microcosm. I got everything done except that. But like I said, it's just a matter of coordinating. And we have the raid bot. We have the sesh bot in our community where we can set up any kind of game in Destiny, and people can join it. And it'll also even give them a reminder and everything. I mean, our patrons pay for that bot in our server. So, all right. Well, we did have a voicemail from one of our community members I want to share next. And then I've got a few questions for you guys before we head out. We'll do that right after this. I'm having it up standing. My chair gave up the ghost. I don't think it holds anything now. I think the piston is totally worn out.
Did it get worse even throughout the night?
I was lowering even faster. So I was like, okay, I'm standing.
Oh, man. It's dead,
I'm on my little surfboard. I just rock back and forth like this. That way I can keep my hips engaged.
It is dead.
It's dead. Yeah, that piston's gone. That little hydraulic thing they put underneath it. So
I do kind of want to get a new chair myself. Mine's still fine, but
I'm
curious about the other one.
I'm actually gonna look up the link real quick.
Yeah. Now an excuse to buy a new chair. My wife's not here. My wife can't hear me.
I got a windfall for one of my customers. They were a little slow on paying, but like when you get a big check all together a few months, it's like, oh, I have all this money now.
It's like termite jobs for me. It's funny. I was looking through my drawers here in the office. I found a gift card my mom and dad gave me last Christmas that I never used. So I might put that toward it.
I have some stuff like that too. In fact, my parents gave me some cash for my birthday in October, and now I haven't even spent it. Now I'm tempted to just buy them.
Exactly. Just buy them a gift with it. Yeah, why not? All right.
It's so hilarious how gifts are obligatory sometimes.
Let me pull up. That's why I said I don't even know why we do Secret Santa anymore. We did it again this year, but we don't really need to do it because we're all grown adults. When everybody has everything they want, it's pathetic that we can't think of anything to buy.
Complication. People should just get people gifts when they want to, not because of Christmas, not because of whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I solo stuff too. If I had Strike Pacific loop to be honest, I hear you, Maddie. All right, let's go ahead and get to.
He also said I do more solo opportunities, but I don't think blueberries are inherently the problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's they're trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. It's just we can't communicate, and then you add in the token issue and the Lawless Frontier, and it's just so frustrating.
Oh, this looks cushiony. This looks nice.
It is.
Okay. All right.
I sent the link in our chat from earlier, Todd.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look at it. I'll look at it when I'm done. Okay, here we go. 3, 2. All right, boys and girls, this is the final segment of our show. So we get our questions from you guys, and we had I don't know if we had any Destiny questions in the Discord this week. Everyone's getting ready for Christmas. I get it. But we had a speak pipe here from Jack. This is one of our UK members. I'll just play it here.
Hello, bad boys. I don't know if you remember me. It's Jack from England, Solihull. I used to create the memes and that when it was Hazel. And I've been listening for a while now, back into Destiny. I think that that piece he did about Bale not liking Technopanica and everything, I think that might have been a really subtle, really fourth wall breaking meta hints towards the Bungie developers being stuck in the past, being stuck making the same game over and over again. I don't know. What's your 2 cents on that?
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate that voicemail. By the way, guardiandowncast.com. Just hit the voicemail button if you ever want to send us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. Or you can go to speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, all one word, if you want to leave us a voicemail in the future. You didn't even think about that. The fact I was reading lore last week about how Bale was working for Tex Mechanica, and he was on a lunch break, in fact, and how he hated the fact that Tex Mechanica was set in their ways and that they wouldn't try any of these new types of weapons he wanted to build, that they were very much built from past designs and stuff, and they didn't really want to innovate at all. And Jack thinks that's maybe maybe some of the writers poking fun of, maybe it's a fourth wall thing where they were actually poking fun of Bungie because they keep making the same game all these years, right? What do you guys think? Do you think that's a writer poking fun of Destiny, at Bungie?
I opinion on it. I wouldn't really know. Too hard to guess on that one.
I didn't pick up on that when I read it, but they've been making the same game since Marathon. Yeah, that could be too. I didn't pick up on that, but I can kind of get where you're picking that up, Jack. I kind of get your sentiment there. I never thought of it that way. I really didn't think of it that way when I read it, but that could be something behind the scenes, a writer for the lore reaching out there. Who knows? But good question though. Good question. It's a thinker. It's definitely a thinker. So thank you, Jack, for sending that voicemail in. And I don't think we had any questions in our Discord tonight. but I'm just double checking here to make sure. I'm pretty sure we answered all the questions in our Discord channel. Questions for the show.
I mean, I'm not saying anything unless you had any secret ones.
Nope, we are good. I remember the days we couldn't even get through all our questions. Oh my gosh, that was such a problem.
I do.
Oh my God.
I remember those days 'cause I would put questions in there, and you would get to my question like maybe 4 or 5.
4 shows later. I know. Some of them we would look at and go, oh my God, they sent this in January and it is June right now. That's how bad it was. But hey, I mean, I loved it. But if you do have a question for us that you want us to ask on the show and hopefully answer, it's our Discord, in our Discord channel. It's podcast questions. You can either enter Destiny questions or non-Destiny questions. Like if you want to ask us something about our lives or something personal, as long as it's not too personal. Yeah, we'll try to answer it for you. I had some questions for you two. And let me pull up my questions here. The first one was, since we're in the Christmas spirit here, what is your favorite Christmas song? What's your favorite Christmas song there, Deadpool? I'll tell you mine. That way, give you a chance because you guys didn't have these questions ahead of time. Mine is "So This Is Christmas" by John Lennon. Every time I hear that song, it gets me right in the holiday mood. And of course, there's classics like Bing Crosby and White Christmas and all those, but I think it's called "So This Is Christmas" by John Lennon.
Doesn't really have any lyrics because it's the theme song from Home Alone. That's like my favorite thing.
Oh, okay. Soundtrack.
Yeah. My 3-year-old is in love with Home Alone, and so is
Really?
my 2-year-old. Yeah, my son and daughter, they're both into Home Alone. They can watch it. We watched it the last few weekends, like on Saturday, back to back, and then back to back. They only like the ones with Macaulay Culkin.
They don't like the new ones. Okay, I got you.
No, they don't like the newer ones.
Okay. Kingsley, you got a favorite Christmas song?
No, I do not like Christmas music. However, Deadpool gave me a good idea with just instrumental stuff. That's okay. I do love the Home Alone stuff. I would pick that or some song from, I know it's a blend, but Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay. Great movie.
But Christmas, I'm not big into like songs anyways. And then Christmas songs, like, no thanks. I'll pass.
Dude, we'll put the Yule log on YouTube with the Christmas music playing. That's our background when we're opening presents and stuff. We always have to have something like that going. It's really weird, man.
I gotta watch Home Alone again, or it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Deadpool, and I know the music you're talking about. I do like that.
Yeah. It's really weird, man.
I used to have the game, and I played the game so much on Super Nintendo, and it was like my mom got so annoyed about it because it plays the same theme song the whole entire time you're playing the game. I loved it, so it would drive her crazy sometimes. She'd be like, lower the volume, so I have to lower the volume. But Nightmare Before Christmas, my favorite song from Nightmare Before Christmas, this is Halloween, and What's This?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's such a good movie. I have a lot of ties to that too. I grew up in Southern California and near Disney Animation Studios, and actually one of the animators who made the movie, his name was John Ramirez. He actually graduated from my alma mater, my high school, and we had a great animation department. And it's a good movie. I really like that one.
That's cool. I got a friend that I used to work with at Best Buy. He actually works at Pixar now.
Nice.
That's a good little studio. Very cool. I don't know what it is, man. As I've gotten older, it is so much harder to get into the Christmas spirit. You know, those days when you were a kid, I mean, the whole month you were beaming because you knew Santa Claus was coming or you knew Christmas trees and presents were coming. Because, I mean, as a kid, you didn't get a lot of stuff, you know. Christmas was like the big drop where you got all your cool gifts other than your birthday. But when you get older, it's just life just catches up. And just talking to my wife the other day, she goes, I cannot wait to stop working because I've been so worried about getting all my testing done before the holiday break. I says, I'm literally going to take a night where we're going to go around and look at everybody's Christmas lights, you know, around the neighborhoods and stuff. So we have some people down here that are just crazy with their Christmas lights.
Yeah, I get the short end of the stick because my birthday's 4 days after Christmas.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, my cousin's was Christmas Day, but no, that's still 4 days is close enough. It might as well be.
Dude, I
Yeah,
kind of
no. When I was
Would
growing
you
up,
would
they'd
you
be like,
celebrate another time, or would you do it near Christmas?
no. Sometimes they would be like, oh, they're like, oh, this is your Christmas and birthday gift, and I'm like, really?
Oh, yeah.
Or I would get one thing on my birthday, and I'm like, so, and they'd be like, oh, you want this Christmas stuff, right?
Santa already came. I get it, man, because all my family all their birthdays are in June, and guess whose birthday is near Father's Day or after Father's Day? Mine. I'm the last birthday. Well, not now, because my grandson Elliot now is the end of June. But I used to be like the last birthday after everyone was so burned out on birthdays. My wife, my daughter, my son, my mom, my uncle, my daughter, my sister-in-law. So many of our family's birthdays are in June. We're just like a bunch of Geminis. By the time my birthday comes, it's like, happy birthday here. You know, everyone's kind of burnt out on birthdays. So I get what you're saying there, Deadpool. I kind of get, we're kind of in the same club.
Here's your gift.
Exactly. Another question I had is, every Christmas Eve is huge for us because, Christmas Eve is like our big family get together. Thank goodness, most of my family here lives locally in Florida. And we usually go to either my sister's house or my mom and dad's house. They both have huge houses and it's set up where we can have parties and stuff. My house is not small, but it's an 80s style house where all the rooms are all cut up. It's not really made it doesn't have an open floor plan. And my sister and my mom's both have open floor plans, like big open areas with big bars in the kitchen and stuff. So we always go there. And my mom, she makes the best food. And my sister's really good too. She's a good cook too. And everyone just kind of brings a portion of the meal. It's not potluck because my mom makes most of it, but she'll like this year we're going to have like, my sister has one of those green egg smokers. She's going to cook a ham and a turkey in it. I mean, it's just going to fall off the bone when you eat it. And it's just so good. But Christmas Eve is a big deal for us. And we usually play some games. We have a white elephant gift exchange. We have also a Secret Santa, where each of us give each other's presents for Secret Santa and all that. And even we'll play some Jack games, before we all head home and stuff. We're usually there for at least a good 4+ hours, but it's a big deal. And then Christmas morning is all about my immediate family. My kids, their wives or boyfriends come over to our house and we'll have crepes. We'll make strawberry crepes and we'll make a huge, big old fryer of bacon. My son loves to make bacon, so he'll come over and he'll cook like 2 full things of bacon. And then we'll make quiche. We'll put quiches in the oven and we'll make quiche in the morning. My wife's really good at making those. And then her mom will come over, and her mom is in a rest home now. She's fallen so many times. She's mentally not there anymore. I went there to visit just around Thanksgiving, and it was so much. It was so much to deal with. So we'll be bringing her this Christmas as well, to just enjoy half the day, the morning. Usually by the afternoon, everyone takes off. This is where our big Christmas is. We give all our gifts and stuff that we bought for each other, and it's just 2 really crazy days. But my question is what do you guys have any traditions that you guys do, either Christmas Eve or Christmas?
So I normally do Christmas movies. So I've been watching like a lot of the National Lampoons,
Nice.
Christmas, and like Christmas with the Cranks, and Home Alone's always on Plus.
Right.
It's always on there, no matter what. And then we do dinner, and then normally, when the kids with the little ones, before the little ones, we let the older ones stay up, and the older ones will open up gifts later on in the night. I wouldn't let them be like, hey, just open up gifts. We do it a little bit different, and then the next day we can spend time playing with all the gifts and everything like that. So that's how we normally would do it. But normally, because my family is out in Kissimmee, my mom,
Mm-hmm.
my brother's in South Dakota, so it's
Oh,
kind of hard. For
everybody's all
us to
spread
get
out.
together.
You guys don't
Yeah,
fly in
yeah.
to one central area? I guess it's pretty tough to do that.
My mom's actually going to South Dakota, so she's going to South Dakota this year,
Okay.
and I'm like, oh, okay. So, but no, and it's hard with my work schedule too. Since I work at the school,
Mhm.
we get blackout dates, so there's like I can't really take like I'm off for the next 2 weeks starting tomorrow. So tomorrow's
Yep. My
Christmas
wife
party,
too.
and after the Christmas party, we're done for
Yep.
2 weeks. But they make it to where it's like, no, you can't take you because I rather fly a little bit earlier, spend some time, and then come back in time. But can't do it. So, but we used to get together. I remember when I was younger, we used to drive from Virginia to New York or New Jersey, go to my uncle's house, and always have like Christmas dinner, and then the next day we all wake up and open up gifts. That's how we used to do it.
Oh, cool. You guys actually slept over.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
but we got away from that when I joined the Marine Corps. I was stationed in Hawaii, so it was hard for me to fly back. Tickets were not cheap from
No.
Hawaii to East Coast.
Hawaii to anywhere is not cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
My brother, he was going through some stuff, so he ended up moving to South Dakota, and he's been out there since. But it's hard. My mom comes and visits us in the middle of the year, but she's visiting him this year for, I think she said New Year's, not really Christmas. She's
Mhm.
arriving after Christmas.
Right.
So, but I plan on trying to get the family together in Florida, because I keep on telling you, when I go out there to Florida, I'm gonna let you know, so that way we could
Yeah, hell yeah.
link up and meet up.
Definitely, man. We usually don't see a movie on Christmas Day, but my sister wants to go see some new movie come out. It's about I don't even know, but it's one of the movies they're releasing on Christmas Day. And I didn't know a lot of people went to the theaters to watch a movie on Christmas Day, but my sister wants to do it this year.
I like doing that.
Is that what you do,
a lot in the
Kingsley?
past. No, it's not a tradition, but I've done that probably at least 4 or 5 times
Okay.
over the years.
What are your plans this year? What do you plan on doing?
I mean, growing up in Southern California, a lot of people would go to Disneyland on Christmas Day. It's the second busiest day of the year.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Never thought of that either.
Yeah. When you're in warmer climates, like, this with Florida, and we know this with California, whatever, like, it is nice sometimes getting presents the day before or something, especially if it's a bike. We can actually, do outside stuff during Christmas, unless it's raining crazy or something,
Yeah.
But we don't, I've had some kind of traditions from either parents or extended family members and things over the years, but my wife and I aren't so big on traditions. We like to kind of mix things up. The main thing, well, this year it's going to be really chill. We are, not a lot of anyone's family can meet up at any great time. So we're going to just do kind of a smaller group one-on-one with my parents, me and my wife. And me and my wife always prefer that anyways. We're not so big about the big group ups because at best, everything's chill and you can't easily talk to everyone. And
That's
at
true.
worst, drama can happen.
That's true.
So I'm not saying they're not great, and a lot of people love that. But for me and my wife, we're more like one-on-one with smaller groups of family, like just the parents or just a sibling or two or whatever. And we do have plans to meet up on Monday night.
Nice.
But we kind of have some traditions where, I know it sounds silly, but the wife and I, we did this for Thanksgiving too, but there is one local grocery store that's like a local chain, not part of the Kroger's or any of the other big chains. And they make such good deli full meal things, like Thanksgiving rolls around, like full versions of like good quality, fresh cut turkey, all this stuff. And of course, all the Christmas stuff too. So our tradition is just to go to the grocery store the day before, find a bunch of fun stuff, and they even have some variety each year, and we just kind of do the meals that way because it's easy, it's convenient, and it's kind of fun going to the grocery store together and picking everything out. Like, this is going to be our Christmas meal, and then, have it ready.
That's cool. I just, tradition's really big with me, and it's the one time where, especially like my brother, he travels a lot. He's in a real estate big time, and we don't see him very often anymore. My distant cousins like Matt Heafy, with Trivium, his wife. We used to have Christmas Eve, big, giant Christmas Eve Christmas parties and stuff. But everyone's kind of separated into their own little pod now, and I kind of miss that. But I think it's separated when my grandmother passed away, because my grandmother was the glue between my side of the family and my mom's side of the family, and or the two different types of families that would come together. But only time we've really come together is when someone passes away, which is really sad, because I don't even know some of the kids. I can't even recognize some of their kids. They've just grown so much. So it's sad we don't have bigger parties like that. But I totally get it, Kingsley, because we have to separate our tables, 2 big tables, into like 2 or maybe 3 areas. Because if you put everybody on one table, it just gets so loud. You can't even only the person you can hear is the person next to you, especially at restaurants, like at birthday parties and stuff. So I totally get that. As you could probably tell, I lose my voice really easily. I don't want to shout. I don't want to have to yell or try to talk over people. It's why I don't like parties, because they play the damn music so loud. You have to yell someone 5 feet in front of you.
We've almost always had a better Christmas or Thanksgiving when it was like a pseudo one a couple of days before or after with like a smaller group of people.
Yeah.
Again, nothing wrong. I think it's also a little bit more of an extrovert versus an introvert thing. Extroverts, like you said, feel sad that you can't have the big group ups all the time, but introverts don't always want that. Yeah. So, but it doesn't mean introverts are going to be like, oh, let's not get together ever. It just kind of depends on the situation and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys sharing that. And to everyone viewing right now, to everyone listening right now, I hope you have a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, a great holiday. This is our last live show of the year. Kingsley and I will be back on the second week, the second Thursday, I believe, of January. It'll be our first show back. But we are also taking the 2 weeks off. But just keep in mind of those listening and watching, I'll have a video version and an audio version coming out next Monday. It'll be Monday, not Thursday. And the following Monday after New Year's, I'll have 2 shows coming out. I'll have a video form and an audio form for our audio listeners out there. So hope everybody has a great holiday. I'll see probably some of you guys in the Discord before then, but like I said, to everyone who's watching and listening right now, have a great holiday, and I'll see you guys in the Discord. Remember to get your reps in life and in your game. Later, Guardians.
Thank you, everyone in the Discord. Have a good one.
Good one, guys.